Chapter 3255. Woo Woo. Xiao Lan let out a low growl after swallowing the ferocious dragon 10 heads, quickly digesting the space beast in its body. Kuan fed on creatures with powerful bloodlines. Swallowing the ferocious dragon 10 heads allowed Xiao Lan to improve significantly. What? Ferocious dragon 10 heads was swallowed? What kind of terrifying beast is this, to be able to swallow the ferocious dragon 10 heads so quickly? Below, be it the Fire Dragon Palace Crimson Gold Battle Dragon or the Water Dragon Palace experts, they were all shocked. The ferocious dragon 10 heads was a very powerful space beast. Back when it was still a rank for Universe Venerable, the Water Dragon Palace had to send 3 to 4 rank 4 Universe Venerables to suppress it. They had Shui Linglong, a purebred water divine dragon. Now that the ferocious dragon 10 heads had broken through, it was actually swallowed by the terrifying space beast. Extremely terrifying. Damn it. The Fire Dragon Lord's pupils constricted when he saw this, his expression ugly. After the Fire Dragon Palace took the space beast from the Water Dragon Palace, they used up large amounts of resources to allow it to break through again. Yet now it was swallowed by a space beast. Since you swallowed this Dragon Lord's space beast, then I shall suppress you, he growled, not continuing to attack the Water Dragon Lord, but headed straight for Xiao Lan. Be careful, the Fire Dragon Lord has the fighting power of a rank 6 Universe Venerable. The Water Dragon Lord saw him heading for Xiao Lan and roared, "What?" The Water Dragon Lord's words shocked all the experts of the Water Dragon Palace. They did not expect the Fire Dragon Lord to have the fighting power of a rank 6 Universe Venerable. With such strength, why would he submit to the Demon Dragon bloodline? Everyone enter the Water Dragon Palace immediately. Brothers of the Dragon Palace, enter the Water Dragon Palace. The Water Dragon Lord continued to roar. A rank 6 Universe Venerable was already unbeatable to them. Ha ha ha, you dared to kill our Fire Dragon Palace space beast, then I shall suppress you today. No one can stop me. The Fire Dragon Lord heard the Water Dragon Lord's roar, his face contorted. He ignored the people around him and locked his gaze on Xiao Lan. Xiao Lan's strength had completely exceeded his expectations, but with his current strength, he could still suppress it. After suppressing it, the Savage Dragon Decapitator's losses could be completely recovered. He might even obtain an even more powerful giant star beast. Humph. In the void at the side, Tianjun glared at the Fire Dragon Lord with a cold look in his eyes. His palms moved slightly, and the arrays attacked him one by one. Scram! The Fire Dragon Master felt the attack of the Heaven Formation. His eyes turned cold and he waved his dragon claws. But very quickly, his gaze froze and a shocked expression appeared on his face. Boom! In the next moment, a terrifying flame erupted from his body, and his dragon claws once again met the array formations. Bam! A terrifying collision sound rang out, causing Fire Dragon Master's face to turn solemn. Universe Level 6 Venerable? I didn't expect the Dragon Palace to have such an expert. He roared in shock. Hee, even your Fire Dragon Lord has the power of a Level 6 Universe Venerable. Why can't my Dragon Palace have a Level 6 Venerable? Tianjun's eyes revealed a look of disdain as the arrays attacked him. Scram! A lesser dragon dares to fight with me. The Fire Dragon Lord roared coldly as he moved and attacked Tianjun. Hee. Tianjun laughed coldly as the 5 elemental energy revolved behind him, forming a 5 elemental millstone. This was the 5 elemental array that he had created based on the 5 elemental millstone. The terrifying millstone struck towards the Fire Dragon Lord. Bam bam bam. A series of terrifying collisions caused the Fire Dragon Lord to be unable to move an inch, and his face sank. The Dragon Palace actually has a Universe Level 6 Venerable. When the experts of the Water Dragon Palace saw this, they were pleasantly surprised. The strength of the Fire Dragon Lord had them in despair, but the fact that the Dragon Palace had a Universe Level 6 Venerable was a pleasant surprise. With a Universe Level 6 expert, they could go against the Fire Dragon Lord. Seems like I have to get serious. The Fire Dragon Lord's eyes were cold. He lifted his head, and a Fire Dragon Pearl floated in the air. True Dragon Fire. He roared, as his entire body was covered in terrifying flames as he charged towards the surroundings. The flames covered an area of a few hundred kilometers. Under the cover of the flames, his body seemed to have reached a few hundred kilometers, comparable to Xiao Lan's body. In the sky, the dragon pearl was like a blazing sun, emitting the temperature of the sun. Shadows appeared, and the entire sky seemed to be the territory of the fire divine dragon. Boom! Thousands of flames surged towards Tianjun. 5 elemental array reversal, water domain. Tianjun's pupils constricted when he saw this terrifying attack, and he immediately shouted. Swoosh! The 5 elemental millstone reversed, turning into seawater, and surged towards the fire dragon lord. Boom boom! Terrifying collisions resounded. Roar roar! The fire dragon lord roared as he charged forward, and the seawater disappeared bit by bit under the flames. Roar roar! Tianjun let out a deep roar, and his entire body changed. He had a dragon tail, and a 9-colored radiance covered his body. The whole thing looked sacred and strange. Activate, wind, fire, lightning, attack. He let out a low roar, and a series of arrays shot forward. Attack. At the front, the fire dragon master roared, and the shadows of the inferno divine dragons charged towards the sky formation. Boom boom boom. The collisions resounded once again. This time, however, the divine fire dragon phantoms were quickly destroyed. Tianjun's current strength could fight against 3 universe level 6 venerables. The fire dragon lord was a pure divine dragon, and in addition, he had a postnatal treasure dragon pearl. His strength wasn't something an ordinary universe level 6 venerable could match up to. However, the fire dragon lord's strength was only comparable to 2 universe level 6 venerables. It would be difficult to fight against 3. Postnatal treasures were very strong. If a universe level 1, 2, or even 3 venerables used it, they could fight above their level. However, the higher one's level, the harder it was to use a postnatal treasure to fight above their level. At this level, if one wanted to rely on treasures to fight above their level, they would need connate treasures. Or perhaps they would have 4 or 5 postnatal treasures. Palm wind, palm rain, palm lightning, 3 great arrays, descend. The wind, lightning, and wind elements on Tianjun's body shone brightly, as the arrays once again enveloped the fire dragon lord. What a mysterious fella. He definitely isn't an ordinary dragon. He might be from the divine dragon bloodline. The fire dragon lord saw the powerful arrays, and his face turned ugly. Chapter 3256. Damn it, I didn't expect you to be from a pinnacle race. The fire dragon lord stared at heaven formation floating in the air with a dark face. From his mouth, a fire pagoda flew out. The fire pagoda let out a crimson glow. Even around the flames, it was still dazzling. Hee hee, do you really think you're invincible in the same realm? Heaven formation stared at the fire dragon lord and said coldly, Pinnacle dragon species, I can still suppress you. The fire dragon lord's face darkened as flames surged into the fire pagoda. Boom! The fire pagoda grew to 1,000 kilometers in size and headed for heaven formation. Heaven formation's face was solemn as he set up an array to defend. The fire dragon lord had already taken out 2 postnatal treasures. This was impossible for an ordinary rank 6 supremacy. Only the divine dragon lineage could be so wealthy to have 2 postnatal treasures. Facing the fire dragon lord who had taken out 2 postnatal treasures, heaven formation had to go all out. Kill. The experts from Dragon Palace will help us deal with the fire dragon lord. The rest of the water dragon palace disciples, kill them all. The water dragon king was severely injured, but had mostly recovered from the postnatal treasures. He roared, Kill. The experts from Water Dragon Palace charged over. Kill. All the Dragon Palace members continued to attack the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon from Water Dragon Palace. Howl howl. Little Blue swallowed the ferocious dragon 10 heads and roared. It stared at the flood dragons below with a passionate gaze. High-grade bloodlines were the Kuin's favorite. The wyverns were extremely attractive to him. He exuded a barbaric aura as he attacked. Be careful. Be careful of the people from Dragon Palace. The leaders of Fire Cloud Army and Dragon Hawk Army roared. Boom. At this moment, they looked at Xiaolan, who was attacking them, and their faces were filled with solemn expressions. Little Blue had swallowed the ferocious dragon 10 heads, shocking them. At this moment, a black and white shadow suddenly appeared around the Fire Dragon Palace and the Crimson Golden Battle Dragon. The black and white shadow's razor-sharp claws instantly pierced through the venerables of the two dragon palaces. This time, 200 universe supremacies from the spiked dragon species had come. Be careful, there are strange assassins around. When the experts of the two dragon palaces saw that more than 100 universe venerables were assassinated in an instant, their expressions changed. They looked around vigilantly and roared. The Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace have more experts than us. We are no match for them. One of the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon's fifth-order venerables had a slight change in expression as he faced Roving Heaven's attack. Retreat. Retreat. Wait for the Lord of the Demon Dragon bloodline to arrive. The leader of the Fire Cloud Legion did not hesitate and immediately gave the order. They had come in advance to exert pressure on the Water Dragon Palace. Now that the Dragon Palace had joined in and displayed such terrifying strength, there was no need for them to continue fighting. Retreat. In the sky, the Fire Dragon Master sensed the situation below and growled with a dark face. Since the other party had displayed such powerful strength, they would wait for the arrival of the Demon Dragon King and the Demon Dragon Emperor. He stared at Sky Formation and did not continue fighting. He moved and immediately retreated into the Fire Dragon Palace. Sky Formation looked over but did not stop him. It was difficult for him to stop the other party. They were surrounded by their Dragon Palace. It would be easy for them to hide in. This was the strength of the Dragon Palace. Continue fighting, you bunch of arrogant fellows. The experts of the Water Dragon Palace saw them retreat and sneered coldly. Don't be arrogant. Your Water Dragon Palace will still perish. The Dragon Palace will perish too. One of the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon experts roared. Swish, swish, swish. As they spoke, they quickly retreated into the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace. Now, the members of the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon were less than one-third of their peak. They had all submitted to the Demon Dragon bloodline and respected the Demon Dragon King and the Demon Dragon Emperor. The Water Dragon Palace will be waiting for you. The experts of the Water Dragon Palace replied coldly. Phew. The Water Dragon King heaved a sigh of relief when he saw them retreat. They looked at the members of the Dragon Palace, filled with gratitude. Without the help of the Dragon Palace, the Fire Dragon Palace and the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon could have annihilated them. Thank you, experts of the Dragon Palace, for your help. Thank you, Sir of the Dragon Palace. The Water Dragon King said as he cupped his fists towards Sky Formation. Sky Formation was stronger than him, so it wasn't wrong for him to call him Sir. Don't mention it, Water Dragon King. I'm just following the orders of the Dragon King. Sky Formation smiled and shook his head. The strength of the Fire Dragon Lord has really exceeded expectations. Yes. The Water Dragon King nodded solemnly. The Fire Dragon Lord has the strength of a rank 6 universe supremacy, but was suppressed by the Demon Dragon bloodline. What about the Demon Dragon bloodline? As he spoke, his expression changed slightly. Everyone from the Dragon Palace, please come in. Then, he invited Sky Formation and led them into the Water Dragon Palace. They might have to rely on the Dragon Palace for this battle. I didn't expect that the Dragon Palace would have a rank 6 universe supremacy. Within the Fire Dragon Palace, the Fire Dragon Lord roared with a dark expression. He took out the Universe AI and immediately sent the news to the Demon Dragon bloodline. A rank 6 universe supremacy appeared in the Dragon Palace. To destroy the Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace, only the Demon Dragon Emperor could do it himself. At the same time, in the space where the Demon Dragon bloodline was, the Demon Dragon Dark World enveloped a huge space. Within the Demon Dragon Dark World, the Demon Dragon King and Demon Dragon Emperor were shocked when they received the message from the Fire Dragon Lord. Looks like the Water Dragon Palace doesn't know what's good for them and won't surrender. Let's go and destroy them. Destroy the Water Dragon Palace first, then destroy the Dragon Palace. The Demon Dragon Emperor said plainly. Yes, Father. The Demon Dragon King nodded. Although they were surprised that the Dragon Palace had a rank 6 universe supremacy, it didn't affect their plan much. They just needed to put in more effort. Soon, the huge demon dragon Dark World started moving again, flying towards the Water Dragon Palace. Recently, the demon dragon Dark World had moved twice, once to destroy the Wind Thunder God Dragon bloodline, once to suppress the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon. This was the third time. We're here. The Water Dragon continent of the Water Dragon Palace is in front. Those 4 dragon palaces are really majestic. Just as the demon dragon Dark World was rushing over, in front of the Water Dragon continent, a group of nearly 4,000 universe supremacies were standing on a huge radiant lotus. They looked ahead and sighed when they saw the Dragon Palace exuding a powerful aura. The Saintwind clan had arrived. Chapter 3257. There's a battle here. There's still some energy in the air. Above the Water Dragon continent, the group of Saintwind clan experts on the Radiant Lotus scanned the surroundings and said faintly, "Clan Elder, should we wait here or head over directly?" The Saintwind clan elder looked at an old man in the middle and asked, "Head over directly. The strongest expert of the Divine Dragon lineage is probably the Dragon King of the Demon Dragon lineage. He's probably only a rank 6 universe venerable." Our Saintwind clan elder said faintly. In the current continental encirclement starry sky, based on the strength displayed by the Divine Dragon lineage, the strongest expert was at least a 5th order universe venerable. Even if they had many treasures, the Saintwind clan was not afraid of the Divine Dragon lineage. Even if the Demon Dragon lineage could produce a rank 6 universe venerable, they were not afraid. "Yes, clan leader." The Saintwind clan elder nodded, and the Radiant Lotus continued to fly forward. When the Saintwind clan arrived, it immediately attracted the attention of all the members of the Water Dragon Palace. Feeling the power coming from them, everyone in the Water Dragon Palace felt a chill in their hearts. What's going on? What are they here for? What's going on? The Water Dragon King and the Water Dragon Empress were slightly shocked. "Clan leader, it's the Saintwind clan," said a Water Dragon Palace expert on the side. "Let's go over and take a look." The Water Dragon King had a doubtful look on his face as he flew out immediately. "Saintwind clan?" Hearing this name, Tianjun's eyes flickered and he followed closely. "Sir, from the Dragon Palace, you can wait in the Dragon King Hall." The Water Dragon King looked at Tianjun and said, "They might be here for our Dragon Palace." Tianjun shook his head and squinted his eyes, which were filled with a sinister look. "Dragon Palace?" The Water Dragon King frowned when he heard Tianjun's words. "Everyone from the Saintwind clan, may I know why you are here at our Water Dragon Palace?" The Water Dragon King's gaze swept across the Saintwind clan's universe venerables as he spoke with a grave expression. There were nearly 4,000 venerables of the Saintwind clan on the Radiant Lotus. The Saintwind clan wasn't weak in the continent encirclement starry sky. "We're here to look for people from the Dragon Palace." On the Radiant Lotus, the patriarch of the Saintwind clan squinted his eyes. "Tell the people of Dragon Palace to come out." "Hee, Saintwind clan, why are you looking for my Dragon Palace?" Tianjun stared at them and said coldly, "What is it? Were our 3rd and 7th elders killed by your Dragon Palace?" The Saintwind clan's patriarch asked with a stern expression. "Who are the 3rd elder and 7th elder?" "Our Dragon Palace has killed many ungrateful fellows. Who knows which one is your 3rd elder or 7th elder?" The Heavenly Formation glanced at them and replied coldly, "Hee, your Dragon Palace is really arrogant. Our Saintwind clan's 3rd elder and 7th elder died in the hands of your Dragon Palace's star behemoth. Are you still not going to admit it?" An old man next to the patriarch of the Saintwind clan asked sternly, "Admit? Are you talking about those 2 who attacked us 10 days ago? Those 2 reckless fools?" The Heavenly Formation said coldly, "Impudent. Dragon Palace, you have to pay the price for killing our Saintwind clan's elder." The Saintwind clan's patriarch shouted coldly, "Haha, with just you guys?" The Heavenly Formation laughed and said disdainfully, "With just us?" The Saintwind clan's patriarch said coldly, "They're taking advantage of the situation. They know that your Dragon Palace is here to help us. They know that the Demon Dragon lineage is going to attack our Water Dragon Palace. The Water Dragon King's face was extremely gloomy when he saw this scene. Now that the Fire Dragon Lord had the combat power of a rank 6 universe supremacy, they were even more worried about the Demon Dragon lineage. Fortunately, the Dragon Palace also had rank 6 universe supremacies. But now that the Saintwind clan wanted to attack the Dragon Palace, they obviously wanted to use this opportunity to take revenge. The Saintwind clan wasn't weak, they were even stronger than the Water Dragon Palace. This was simply adding insult to injury. Their initial glimmer of hope was completely dashed with the Saintwind clan's interference. Everyone from the Fire Dragon Palace. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Dragon Palace killed our Saintwind clan's elder. This time, the Saintwind clan will make them pay the price. The Saintwind clan's patriarch looked in the direction of the Fire Dragon Palace and said with a smile, "Ha ha ha, good, good. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Saintwind clan will be our friend." Within the Fire Dragon Palace, the Saintwind clan's arrival had already attracted the attention of the Fire Dragon Palace. The Fire Dragon Lord laughed when he heard their words. He flew out of the Fire Dragon Palace and looked at the people from the Saintwind clan. He glanced at the Water Dragon King Heaven formation and said, "When the demonic dragon lineage arrives, we will destroy them." Haha, good. Leave a small dragon palace to us. The Saintwind clan's patriarch laughed and replied, Haha, good. The Fire Dragon Lord laughed when he heard their words. His eyes shone. The Saintwind clan did not know that there were rank 6 supremacies in the Dragon Palace. However, he did not say it out loud. With the Saintwind clan's intervention, they would have an easier time and fewer drakes would die. The Saintwind clan wants to annihilate us? Let's see who will annihilate who. Tianjun's eyes were cold and sinister. Phew. However, the Water Dragon King heaved a sigh of relief, his face filled with exhaustion. The Demon Dragon lineage and the Saintwind clan. We are no match for them. Once they break through our Water Dragon Palace, we will be finished. We have to prepare a backup plan. The Water Dragon King looked at Tianjun and said weakly, "Don't worry, Water Dragon King. I will contact the Dragon King immediately. Leave everything to the Dragon Palace." Tianjun's face was also filled with coldness. The Saintwind clan's sudden attack infuriated him. The two elders of the Saintwind clan had attacked Xiaolan despite knowing that it had a master. This was a complete provocation. If they killed them, would the Saintwind clan dare to seek revenge? Would they dare to take advantage of the situation? Let's see who will annihilate who. Your Dragon Palace has a solution? The Water Dragon King stared at Tianjun with excitement in his eyes. Everything is up to the Dragon King. Tianjun replied faintly. He took out the universe AI and immediately transmitted the situation over. The entire continental encirclement galaxy was paying attention to the Water Dragon Palace. Chapter 3258. Another huge battle of the Divine Dragon bloodline was about to erupt. This battle would be even more eye-catching than the previous two, because someone had received news that the Dragon Palace had sent reinforcements to the Water Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace supported the Water Dragon Palace. The demonic dragon bloodline had the crimson gold battle dragon of the Fire Dragon Palace. This was equivalent to the final battle of the Starry Sky Divine Dragon bloodline. Whoever won would be the king of the Divine Dragon lineage in the continent encirclement Starry Sky. In the void around the Water Dragon Palace, some experts from other forces were investigating the situation here. Soon, on the continent encircling Starry Sky AI, another piece of news caused a huge commotion. It seems like the Saintwind clan has joined the battlefield. They seem to have a grudge against the Dragon Palace and want to destroy the Dragon Palace. Hiss, why did the Saintwind clan suddenly join this war? The Saintwind sect wants to ally with the Fire Dragon Palace's Devil Dragon lineage. The Saintwind sect's main goal is to destroy the Dragon Palace. It's suspected that the Dragon Palace killed 2 of the Saintwind clan's level 5 venerable elders. The Saintwind clan is using this opportunity to take revenge. The sudden intervention of a force caused the entire continent encirclement Starry Sky to boil. The Saintwind clan wasn't weak at all. Now on the AI, the experts of the various factions guessed that the Demon Dragon lineage had a rank 6 universe venerable. This had already greatly suppressed the Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace. Now, With the addition of the Shangwen clan with the Universe Level 6 Venerable, the Water Dragon Palace and Dragon Palace were probably going to lose. It was likely that he would have to surrender or flee. There were all kinds of guesses and discussions. However, what was more consistent was that no force or expert thought that the Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace could win, especially after the Saintwen clan interfered. However, they didn't know that they knew nothing about the current strength of Fire Dragon Palace and Dragon Palace. The news of the Fire Dragon Lord and the Dragon Palace having a level 6 Universe Venerable did not spread. At the same time, within the Dragon Palace in the galaxy, Wang Xian, who was assisting the Great Five Elements in refining the acquired treasures, suddenly received a message from the Heaven Array. When he saw the contents, he was slightly taken aback. Fire Dragon Lord's strength has reached level 6 Universe Venerable? The Saintwen clan is involved. They want to destroy the Dragon Palace? He narrowed his eyes slightly, especially when he saw the last piece of news. His eyes were filled with malice. He had never imagined that the Saintwen clan would get involved. You want to destroy my Dragon Palace? Wang Xian's eyes flickered with a sinister glow. The Fire Dragon Emperor's power has reached the power of a level 6 Universe Venerable, yet it was still suppressed by the Demon Dragon bloodline. That means that the Demon Dragon bloodline, even at its weakest, has at least 3 level 6 Universe Venerables. Even a level 7 Universe Venerable. Wang Xian was deep in thought. The strength of the demonic dragon lineage had far exceeded his expectations. He had thought that Tianjin alone would be able to suppress the demonic dragon lineage and the Fire Dragon Palace. Now it seemed that he had been thinking too much. I have to go there myself, he murmured and slowly stood up. Looking at the 5 elements grindstone in front of him, Zhang Xin knew that he would need another day to absorb the 2 Hotian treasures. If Enlai wasn't here yet, he could only fly over. Wang Xian frowned slightly. Logically speaking, Enlai should be able to teleport to the demonic soul altar quickly. It had been a day or two, and he was still nowhere to be seen. Could it be that something had gone wrong? But according to the information from the Dragon Palace, Enlai wasn't dead. Just as Wang Xian was thinking about Enlai, a figure appeared in the Dragon King Hall. You came just in time. Wang Xian smiled when he saw the figure. Enlai was a very special existence. If he died, it would be a huge loss to the Dragon Palace. Especially if he died in an unknown place, he couldn't even be revived. When he looked at Dark Ardent, a surprised expression appeared on his face. Enlai was much stronger than before. His entire body seemed to exist in another void. He looked very ethereal. But when he saw the oil lamp on Enlai's body extinguished, he raised an eyebrow. The oil lamp extinguished? Now that the wick of the oil lamp was made of boundless wood, it shouldn't be extinguished even if the vitality fluid was depleted. Greetings, Dragon King. At this time, Enlai bowed to Wang Xian, still in a state of shock. What happened? You took so long to come over. What happened? Wang Xian asked. He waved his arm and the oil lamp flew towards him. He looked at the wick of the oil lamp and realized it had turned black. It was completely dead. Dragon King, I encountered something special. When I was teleporting through the demonic soul altar, I seem to have entered a very special world. It's very strange there. Enlai said with a complicated expression. Special world? Wang Xian was taken aback. He looked at him strangely and asked, Is it in the chaotic continent? Dragon King, I don't know, but I don't feel like it's the chaotic continent. How should I put it? That place feels very strange to me. Enlai shook his head. Moreover, that world is very, very big and very strange. I don't know what kind of attack I suffered just now, but I almost died. If it weren't for the protective treasure you gave me, I would have died. As he spoke, he patted his chest. He didn't even see the shadow of the other party, and he was almost killed. It was too horrifying. One should know that he was already extremely strong at that time. If he hadn't reacted fast enough, the consequences would have been unimaginable. Is that so? Wang Xian nodded his head slightly. Given the vastness of the universe, it could be a special space, or a special place in the chaotic continent when heaven was created. He didn't think too much about it. He looked at Enlai and asked, How's your strength now? Dragon King, My current strength is comparable to a rank 5 universe venerable. It's not a problem for me to assassinate someone of a higher level. As for any higher, I can't guarantee it. If there's enough energy in that oil lamp, I might be able to assassinate a rank 7 universe venerable with it, Enlai said excitedly. Although the journey this time was strange and horrifying, his strength had improved tremendously. His current strength was considered top-notch even in the Dragon Palace. Great. Wang Xian smiled and nodded. He waved his arm and another piece of boundless wood flew over and landed in the oil lamp. Then, he put some vitality fluid in the oil lamp. This time, he didn't give the oil lamp to Enlai. This thing was also very useful to him. Moreover, if Enlai wasn't a strong assassin, he wouldn't need this thing. If he wanted to escape now, anyone below the ruler level wouldn't be able to do anything to him. Even a universe venerable would find it difficult to kill him. Let's go to the Water Dragon Palace, he said plainly. Chapter 3259. 4 Dragon Palace destroyed Water Dragon Palace. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Land Encirclement Galaxy. Water Dragon Palace. In front of the east gate of Water Dragon Palace, figures slowly stepped out from a mysterious altar. When the Water Dragon King and the Water Dragon Empress saw this group of people, their faces lit up with excitement. 4,000 universe supremacies, all powerful ones. There are so many experts in this Dragon Palace too. About 6,000 came this time. The Water Dragon Palace members were excited when they saw them. Dragon King. The group that appeared was naturally Wang Xian and the rest. Water Dragon King and Water Dragon Queen walked over and shouted with a smile. Water Dragon King, Water Dragon Queen. Wang Xian greeted them with a smile. It's all thanks to Dragon Palace's help this time. Otherwise, our Water Dragon Palace would have to flee. Water Dragon King said gratefully, Haha, you're welcome. Let's go. We're allies on the same front. Wang Xian smiled and shook his head. Dragon King, are you confident now? Not only the Demon Dragon bloodline, but also the Saintwen clan. They have rank 6 universe supremacies and 4,000 other universe supremacies. Their strength is stronger than the overall strength of our Water Dragon Palace. Water Dragon King made an inviting gesture and said solemnly as he led Wang Xian and the rest into the Water Dragon Palace. The current situation had completely exceeded their expectations. The Fire Dragon Lord had rank 6 universe supremacies, completely beyond their expectations. If the Fire Dragon Lord was so strong, then what about the Demon Dragon bloodline? Furthermore, they hadn't expected the Saintwen clan to intervene either. If not for the Dragon Palace having rank 6 universe supremacies, if not for the Dragon Palace not retreating. Otherwise, the Water Dragon Palace would have been prepared to flee. This wasn't something they could fight against. Water Dragon King, since our Dragon Palace didn't retreat this time, we have a way to deal with it. Wang Xian gave them a reassurance. Leave the Demon Dragon bloodline, Fire Dragon Lord, and Saintwen clan to us. As he spoke, he looked around. When he saw the Dragon Palace, his eyes shone. Dragon King, are you confident? Water Dragon Queen's eyes shone as she asked with anticipation. Yes. Wang Xian nodded his head. That's good, that's good. The Water Dragon King's face was also filled with excitement. If the Dragon Palace can help us get through this, we will be the leader of the Water Dragon Palace in the future. This time, it was a huge crisis for the Water Dragon Palace. If they could survive it, so what if the Dragon Palace was the leader? Moreover, based on their brief understanding, they had a good impression of the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian smiled and did not say a word. Boom. At this moment, a powerful aura came from outside. Wang Xian and the rest looked outside with a jolt in their hearts. In the void on the right, an incomparably huge black cloud flew over. Black clouds covered the sky, making it impossible to see what was going on inside. The illusory figures of the demonic dragon could be vaguely seen, making it seem unreal. Demonic Dragon Dark World. The Demon Dragon race's Demon Dragon Dark World has arrived. The Demon Dragon King and the others have arrived. The Water Dragon King and the others looked over, and their eyes were filled with coldness. The entire Demon Dragon's Dark World was shrouded in darkness. It was impossible to see what was going on inside. The Demon Dragon Dark World was very different from ordinary dragon palaces. There's still one more day before the 10-day deadline. I wonder if they will attack us after a day or immediately. The Water Dragon Queen's eyes flickered as she spoke. Sky Formation, get all the disciples ready. Wang Xian said plainly to the Sky Formation beside him. Yes, Dragon King. The Sky Formation immediately responded. The Demon Dragon King and the Demon Dragon Emperor are here. Let's go over. Experts from the Water Dragon Palace, Fire Dragon Palace, Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace, and Wind and Thunder Dragon Palace flew towards the Demon Dragon's dark world. Let's go over too. The Saint One clan elder said softly as he looked at the Demon Dragon's dark world. Swish. The Radiant Lotus flew towards the Demon Dragon's dark world. Demon Dragon King, Demon Dragon Emperor. Within the Demon Dragon's dark world, the Fire Dragon Lord and the others flew over and immediately bowed respectfully. Get ready. When the 10-day deadline arrives, destroy the Water Dragon Palace immediately. At this moment, the Demon Dragon King transformed into the Dark Dragon and ordered. As soon as he finished his sentence, he looked outside with a chuckle. The Demon Dragon King swayed his body as he peeked his huge head out of the Demon Dragon's dark world. From afar, one could see the head of a demon dragon peeking out from the dark clouds in the sky. It was filled with terror and majesty. Demon Dragon King, I've heard a lot about you. The Saint One clan elder cupped his fist and greeted the Demon Dragon King when he saw him peeking out. I know that you guys have a feud with the Dragon Palace? The Demon Dragon King asked as he sized them up. That's right. The Dragon Palace killed an elder of our Saint One clan. Let's use this opportunity to annihilate them completely. Demon Dragon King, shall we join forces? The Saint One clan elder asked plainly. No problem. Let's join forces and annihilate them all. The Demon Dragon King said with a smile. All right. After your demonic dragon lineage opens the Water Dragon Palace, leave the people of the Dragon Palace to us. The Saint One clan elder said confidently. Sure. The Demon Dragon King lifted his head slightly. When the 10-day deadline arrives, we will attack immediately. After he finished speaking, the dragon head slowly disappeared into the Demon Dragon dark world. The Saint One clan supremacies revealed a smile. An agreement was reached. The Saint One clan clearly doesn't know the strength of the Dragon Palace. If they did, they wouldn't be so arrogant. The Dragon Palace has a rank 6 supremacy. Even I have to be careful against them. Just one rank 6 supremacy from the Dragon Palace can kill half of the Saint One clan. Within the Demon Dragon Dark World, the Fire Dragon Lord saw the situation outside. His gaze swept across the Saint One clan with disdain. The Saint One clan will benefit us greatly. As for their life and death, it has nothing to do with us. The Demon Dragon King flew over and said with a smile, suppress the 4 dragon palaces. Break the defenses of the Water Dragon Palace first. At this moment, a voice came from the depths of the Demon Dragon Dark World. Hearing this voice, everyone's face was filled with respect. Wang. At this moment, the Demon Dragon Dark World continued to fly forward, slowly arriving above the Water Dragon Palace. At the same time, a terrifying energy was emitted from the Demon Dragon Dark World and surged downwards. It was located in the other 3 dragon palaces, surrounding the Water Dragon Palace in a triangle. At this moment, a terrifying aura was released. Chapter 3260. I, Dark Ardent, will fight an entire race alone. It's starting. When the Water Dragon King and the others saw the demonic dragon Dark World and the Fire Dragon Palace surrounding the Water Dragon Palace and releasing a terrifying aura, their eyes narrowed and filled with seriousness. The 3 dragon palaces surrounded the Water Dragon Palace in a triangle. In the sky, the terrifying power of darkness from the dark world of the Demon Dragon was eroding downwards. The 4 dragon palaces completely blocked the Water Dragon Palace. They were now completely isolated and couldn't teleport even if they wanted to. The Fire Dragon Palace and the Demonic Dragon Dark World are very powerful. They are not weaker than the Water Dragon Palace. The Crimson Gold Battle Dragon and the Wind Thunder Dragon Palace are weaker, but they are still very terrifying. Are they trying to break through the Water Dragon Palace's defense with the 4 Dragon Palaces? Wang Xian scanned the surroundings with radiance flickering in his eyes. These were all powerful dragon palaces. The 4 Great Dragon Palaces, Water Dragon Palace, and Demon Dragon Dark World were all at the universe ruler level. If we can destroy them this time, it will be an opportunity for the Dragon Palace. Wang Xian murmured as his eyes flickered. They completely surrounded us and didn't attack immediately. The Demon Dragon bloodline is really confident, Water Dragon King said in a deep voice. He was even more fearful of the demonic dragon bloodline. Amazing! As expected of the Dragon Palace left behind by a pinnacle divine dragon. It's really powerful. Outside, on the Radiant Lotus, the people of the Saintwen clan were envious when they saw the Water Dragon Palace being completely sealed and felt the power of the Dragon Palaces. We have 2 goals this time. One is to destroy the Dragon Palace, and the other is to suppress the giant star beast. As the Saintwen clan elder spoke, he glanced at the people around him. As for the other treasures, we don't need to compete with the demonic dragon lineage. Now that the Fire Dragon Palace has submitted, we are no longer their match. Yes, clan elder. We know what to do. The experts of the Saintwen clan nodded with a cold look in their eyes. They had great confidence in dealing with the Dragon Palace. Time passed bit by bit, and the deadline of 10 days was getting closer. The entire continental encirclement starry sky was paying attention to this battle, and no one dared to approach and watch such a huge battle between races. They could only sense the commotion from afar. Break the defense of the Water Dragon Palace. Attack. 10 days passed, and a voice came from the demonic dragon Dark World. Yes, the demonic dragon bloodline, the Fire Dragon Palace, the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon, and all the divine dragons and lesser dragons responded immediately. Boom! In the next moment, the 4 Dragon Palaces unleashed an unparalleled and terrifying power. Flames, darkness, crimson gold, and lightning covered the Water Dragon Palace. They are going to attack. What a terrifying momentum. They want to use the power of the 4 Dragon Palaces to break the defense of the Water Dragon Palace. At this moment, all the members of Water Dragon Palace, Wang Xian, and the members of Dragon Palace were gathered in front of the Dragon Gate of Water Dragon Palace. Sensing the horn of the 4 Great Dragon Palaces, Zhang Xian narrowed his eyes. Ka. At this moment, the water ripples around the Dragon Gate in front of them began to crumble. The might of the 4 Dragon Palaces was enough to break the Dragon Gate of the Water Dragon Palace. All Water Dragon Palace disciples, prepare to kill the enemy. Seeing this, the Water Dragon King roared with a frenzied expression. All disciples of the demonic dragon bloodline, prepare to attack. Fire Dragon, the Dragon Palace, and the Water Dragon Palace are still defending here. They should have some trump cards. Let the Saintwen clan test the strength of the Dragon Palace first. You attack the Water Dragon King and the rest. I will wait for an opportunity to destroy them today. In the dark demon dragon world, the Demon Dragon Emperor's voice rang in the minds of all his subordinates. Yes, the Fire Dragon King immediately responded. This time, the Dragon Palace and the Water Dragon Palace did not retreat. After seeing his rank 6 venerable combat power, they should be able to guess that the demonic dragon bloodline would be stronger. Even under such circumstances, they still did not retreat. They should have some backup plan. At this time, the Saintwen clan was a good bait. Attack. As soon as the order was given, the dragon species from the 3 Dragon Palaces flew out one by one. In the sky, in the dark demon dragon world, the Demon Dragon King led his subordinates and swooped down, attacking the Water Dragon Palace. The war had completely erupted. Meet the enemy. Kill them. The Water Dragon King ordered with a cold face. Kill. Wang Xian also waved his arm and gave the order to counterattack. One by one, the Spike Dragon disappeared. The rest of the dragons formed a battle formation and rushed out of the Water Dragon Palace. Woo-woo. Xiaolan also flew out of the Water Dragon Palace. Its huge eyes scanned the surroundings, exuding a desolate aura as it charged forward. Wang Xian did not make a move. He was waiting for the experts of the demonic dragon bloodline. In today's battle, Wang Xian not only wanted to win, but also get the 4 Dragon Palaces. Once he got them, the devouring dragon would receive a terrifying upgrade. Dragon Palace, you killed the elder of the Saintwen clan. Today, we will make you pay with your blood. We will make you pay 1,000 times the price. On the Radiant Lotus, all the experts of the Saintwen clan saw the outbreak of the war and saw Xiao Lan's huge body flying out. They flew out from the Radiant Lotus one by one, releasing the terrifying aura of the universe supremacies. The combined might of nearly 4,000 universe venerables caused the entire sky to change color. The vast energy impacted the surrounding starry sky. Humph! The Saintwen clan elder snorted coldly. Standing in the center of the Radiant Lotus, a sacred light radiated to the surroundings. The light condensed into petals, covering a radius of 1 billion kilometers. This group of people is taking advantage of the situation. Some experts of the Water Dragon Palace looked at them with extremely gloomy faces. Wang Xian squinted his eyes when he saw the commotion. "Enlai, I'll leave it to you." He looked at Enlai and said with a smile, "Haha, Dragon King, no problem." Enlai laughed, his face full of confidence. "Today, I, Enlai, will fight one clan alone." Roar! Roar! He let out an excited roar, and in the next moment, his figure disappeared. Demonic Dragon Bloodline, Fire Dragon Palace, give us the starry sky giant beast. In the void, the Saintwen clan elder locked his eyes on Xiao Lan and roared in a low voice, "Kill." Following his order, all the supremacies of the Saintwen clan moved. In an instant, attacks were launched from all directions towards the Water Dragon Palace. A puny Saintwen clan wants to take advantage of the situation. "How dare you say you want to destroy our Dragon Palace?" Pfft. At this moment, a voice came into the ears of the Saintwen clan elder, following which, he felt a sharp dagger flashing by. Just as he was about to react, he felt his vitality fading away rapidly. Pfft, pfft, pfft. Following that, a piercing sound could be heard, and his consciousness gradually became blurry. The previous chapter changed a little. Chapter 3261. Due to unknown reasons, Sogu is suddenly unable to search this site. Pfft, pfft. Continuous piercing sounds could be heard as a terrifying sharpness flashed past. The venerables of the Saintwen clan, who were preparing to attack, narrowed their eyes. Thousands of them trembled as blood flowed from their necks. Their eyes widened in horror. There were no screams, and no one could react in time. Not good. At this moment, the smell of blood attracted the attention of the Saintwen clan's elder. He immediately looked around and saw that he was being protected by rays of light energy. His eyes widened as he scanned the thousands of clansmen in horror. He could sense that the lives of thousands of clansmen had completely disappeared. "Be careful, there's an assassination. Be careful." He roared ferociously with a hint of fear in his eyes. In just an instant, thousands of clansmen had been killed. He couldn't even sense who the opponent was, nor did the opponent reveal himself. This was simply too terrifying. What happened? Some Saintwen clan experts, who were preparing to attack the Dragon Palace experts, had a change of expression. They hadn't noticed the situation around them, especially those rank 1 and rank 2 venerables. They hadn't even sensed that their clansmen had died. Bam, bam, bam. However, at this moment, everyone's expression changed when they saw the corpses falling to the ground. "Defend. Everyone defend. There's an assassin." The Saintwen clan's elder continued to roar with a hideous expression. "Be careful. The clan leader is dead. He was assassinated. Defend. Everyone defend." At this moment, horrified voices could be heard. All the venerables of the Saintwen clan had discovered that their clan leader had been killed. Before anyone could react, they had become corpses. They immediately released their powerful defenses as they scanned the surroundings with vigilance. "Ha ha ha! You dare to destroy our Dragon Palace with just you?" Enlai's figure appeared below. He casually collected the corpses of the Saintwen clan experts and stared at them mockingly. "Courting death. Attack him. Kill him." The patriarch of the Saintwen clan locked his gaze on Enlai and roared. He waved his arm, and sharp lotuses of light shot toward Enlai. "Attack." The rest of the people roared with ugly expressions. The energy of nearly 3,000 universe supremacies poured towards Enlai. Haha, die. Enlai's face was filled with fear when he saw their attack. Before the countless attacks could reach him, his figure had already disappeared in an instant. Pu. In the next moment, before the universe venerables at rank 2 and 3 could react, Enlai had already teleported them away. Boom. Not good. He's attacked. He's attacked. At this time, when Enlai's attack landed on one of the Saint Wen clan's elders, a terrifying energy protected him. Seeing this, Enlai raised his eyebrows slightly and disappeared instantly. Pu. This time, he didn't stop and continued to kill the Saint Wen clan's experts with teleportation. No. What kind of strange technique is this? Run. His speed is too terrifying. We can't even lock onto him. Defend. Everyone defend. As Enlai continued to teleport and kill, the Saint Wen clan panicked and screamed in fear. The Dragon Palace expert's technique was too strange. When he appeared in front of one person, he would appear next to another in the next moment. His speed was too strange. Strange speed, coupled with his terrifying strength, they couldn't even resist. Pu. Enlai's assassination continued. Hundreds of people were killed every second. Even though they had set up defenses, they were still easily killed. Only a rank 5 universe venerable could resist for a while. But how many rank 5 universe venerables were there in the entire Saint Wen clan? Only a dozen. The patriarch and the rest were instantly killed. Quick, everyone, get on the radiant sacred lotus. The Saint Wen clan's patriarch's heart was pounding as he roared. In a short period of time, the Saint Wen clan had lost nearly 3,000 universe supremacies. That was the top 3,000. Their Saint Wen clan's 4,000 universe supremacies were almost all killed. Most importantly, this member of Dragon Palace was too terrifying. What if Dragon Palace wanted to retaliate against them? How could they resist? Universe venerables below rank 5 couldn't even react to this strange speed. Even a level 5 universe venerable would be instantly killed if they weren't careful. What kind of existence was this? Trying to escape? Haha, dream on. Enlai laughed. His eyes were filled with coldness as he continued to hunt. Anyone below the 5th Order Universe Venerable Realm would not be able to withstand his instant kill. Even a rank 5 Universe Venerable would have to be on guard at all times. No, Dragon Palace, you deserve to die. The Saint Wen clan's patriarch's eyes turned bloodshot as he saw the remaining 1,000 universe supremacies being rapidly slaughtered. At the same time, he felt powerless. He couldn't lock onto that figure at all, and if he couldn't lock onto it, he couldn't attack. This caused him to feel extremely aggrieved and terrified. What happened to the Saint Wen clan? Hiss, is this the trump card of Dragon Palace? How terrifying. The war had just erupted for tens of seconds. The Demon Dragon lineage and Fire Dragon Palace had yet to engage in close combat with the Water Dragon Palace members, but the Saint Wen clan had already been slaughtered. This caused the expressions of the Demon Dragon lineage and Fire Dragon Palace's Crimson Gold Battle Dragon to change. What the hell was going on? The battle had just begun, and the Saint Wen clan was about to be wiped out? Didn't they say they were going to fight Dragon Palace? In the end, Dragon Palace only sent one person to defeat them? However, sensing the large number of Saint Wen clan's universe supremacies being killed, the Demon Dragon lineage and the rest pupils constricted. Their faces were filled with shock. The Saint Wen clan wasn't weak, yet they were being slaughtered so easily. That Dragon Palace's expert was terrifying. What kind of speed is this? Within the Demon Dragon Dark World, the Demon Dragon Emperor noticed the situation. His face sank. He has the offensive power of a rank 5 universe venerable, and his speed is even more terrifying. Even I can't lock onto him. How can Dragon Palace have such a terrifying expert? If I want to kill him, I can only trap him within the Demon Dragon Dark World. Otherwise, it's impossible. The Demon Dragon Emperor roared, his eyes shining. No wonder Dragon Palace fought against us, so they had such a trump card. However, with this Dragon Emperor here, with the Demon Dragon Dark World, you will all die. The Demon Dragon Emperor roared coldly. Chapter 3262. a bunch of trash. Kill. On the battlefield between the Fire Dragon Palace and the Water Dragon Palace, the Fire Dragon Lord and the others looked in the direction of the Saintwind clan with an embarrassed look. They had wanted to force the Saintwind clan to use their trump card, but Dragon Palace had only sent one person to make them collapse. This caused their expressions to turn extremely ugly. They stared at the experts from Water Dragon Palace, their eyes filled with killing intent. Come on, let's continue. The Fire Dragon Master stared at the heavenly formation and roared, Kill. Tianjun's eyes were cold as he sent out a series of arrays to attack Yifutyan. The two of them flew up into the sky and opened up a battlefield. Kill, kill, kill. Destroy the Water Dragon Palace disciples. Fire Cloud, Dragon Hawk, Ghost Dragon, Netherclaw, War Dragon, 5 armies, attack. The Demon Dragon King stared at the experts of the Water Dragon Palace and roared. Their Demon Dragon lineage, Fire Dragon Palace, and the Crimson Gold War Dragon they subdued, had over 10,000 universe paragons. Other than more than 10,000 cosmos paragons, there were also more than 10 million other dragon species. These dragon palaces were all Void God Emperor level existences. This time, to destroy Water Dragon Palace, all 4 dragon palaces had come, and the disciples of the God Dragon lineage lived within the Dragon Palace. When the war broke out, they entered the battlefield immediately. Similarly, the 5 to 6 million Void God Emperor-level disciples of Water Dragon Palace entered the battlefield to fight. In terms of the number of universe paragons, Water Dragon Palace and Dragon Palace were slightly weaker. In terms of disciples of other levels, as the Dragon Palace disciples had yet to arrive, they were still much weaker. But Water Dragon King, Wang Xian, and the rest did not waver. This battle mainly depended on the high-end combat power. Demon Dragon King, you're only a rank 5 universe paragon. I thought you had broken through, hee. In the center, Water Dragon King stared at Demon Dragon King, feeling his strength. He was slightly surprised. For the Demon Dragon lineage to subdue Fire Dragon Palace, Demon Dragon King should be at least a rank 6 universe paragon, yet he was still a rank 5 universe paragon. This did not make sense. Even a rank 5 universe venerable can kill you all. The demonic Dragon King roared and charged towards the Water Dragon King. Disciples of Dragon Palace, get into formation and kill. Roving Heavens, Roving Earth, and the rest roared as they charged forward. With the Imperial Dragon species and the Berserk Dragon species in the lead, the Astralwood Dragon species, the Heaven Lightning Earth and Fire Dragon species, and the Phoenix species in the center, followed by the Arrow Dragon species and the Mystic Dragon species, they formed a battle formation and charged forward. Melee, ranged, and support became one system. They were all pinnacle dragon species that formed a battle formation and charged forward. As for the Venom Horn Dragon and the Spike Dragon, they were all interfering and assassinating in the surroundings. The Dragon Palace had 4,000 universe supremacies. The Fire Dragon Palace couldn't compare to the Demon Dragon lineage and the Fire Dragon Palace. The dragon species of the 3 dragon palaces were all advanced dragon species. The dragon battling battlefield was close combat. The Fire Cloud was good at long-range attacks. The Netherclaw and the Ghost Dragon were good at assassination, and the Dragon Eagle was also good at close combat. They were fighting on their own, and there was no such thing as a battle formation. Moreover, there were no more than 1,000 high-level dragons in total. However, the Dragon Palace was full of them. The Berserk Dragon and Imperial Dragon at the front charged forward and instantly entangled the 1,000 universe supremacies. The Berserk Dragon's violent attacks and the Imperial Dragon's invincible defense made the Fire Dragon Palace experts of the Demon Dragon lineage change their expressions. Attack! The Fire Cloud Legion leader of the Fire Dragon Palace roared. The sky full of flames attacked the Berserk Dragon and Imperial Dragon at the front. Attack and defend! Aochitian, Aochi, and Ao2 roared. They used offense to replace defense and defense to resist. Shoot, charm, curse, descend, sky thunder meteorite, willow dragon scale. In the next instant, long-range attacks, support attacks, and arrow attacks from the rear instantly shot forward. Defense at the front and attack from the rear. This made the universe supremacies, who weren't part of the Legion or battle team, change their expressions. Some of the weaker ones were instantly killed. Be careful of that sound wave. It's very strange. The defense of the guys at the front is too strong, and the attack from the rear is too sharp. Be careful. At this moment, thousands of universe supremacies, including the Fire Cloud Legion leader and the Dragon Hawk Legion leader, were shocked. The defense at the front was strong, and the long-range attacks from the rear were sharp. Most importantly, they couldn't break the defense of the Berserk Dragon and Imperial Dragon species at the front. Once they couldn't break the defense, the long-range attacks of the Berserk Dragon and Imperial Dragon species could be launched at will. They could only resist passively, but as long as they resisted, there would be loopholes. It was especially so under the strange attack of the Mystic Dragon. One by one, the dragon species trembled, and their eyes were filled with confusion. In that short instant, arrows pierced through their bodies. Soon after, they were covered by the flaming willow leaves. Charge! Ao Chitian, Ao2, and the rest roared when they saw this situation. The Berserk Dragon and Imperial Dragon species charged forward. Boom! Boom! Damn it! Why isn't the Netherclaw Ogre Dragon attacking? Attack! Wait for the Netherclaw Ogre Dragon to assassinate the experts at the rear. The Fire Cloud Legion leader and the Dragon Hawk Legion leader were shocked when they saw this scene. Now's the time. Get ready to attack. The Netherclaw Ogre Dragon, who was hiding in the void, quickly made a round and attacked the Arrow Dragon and Mystic Dragon species. Their bodies flickered, and a black light flashed. At this moment, the Spike Dragon, who was hiding in the darkness, moved. The Ghost Dragon Netherclaw was a high-level dragon species that could control darkness. However, the Spike Dragon could control light and darkness. In terms of stealth ability, the Netherclaw Ogre was a level lower than the Ghost Dragon. The Spike Dragon had long locked onto them. Just as the Netherclaw Ogre Dragon was about to attack, the Spike Dragon moved too. Ah, not good. There are assassins around us. Be careful. Their strength is terrifying. How is this possible? How did they avoid our detection? How did they detect us? It's that group of terrifying assassins. Be careful. At this moment, the Netherclaw and Ghost Dragon members were shocked. As assassins, they were actually assassinated. They knew that the other party's stealth ability was much stronger than theirs. A dragon species that was even stronger than them? The Devil Dragon King is a rank 5 universe supremacy. That means the Devil Dragon lineage definitely has a trump card. Aren't we going to use it? At the same time, within the Water Dragon Palace, Wang Xian looked around and raised his eyebrows. From the looks of it, the Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace had the upper hand. If they continued to fight, they would win. After all, the dragon species in the Dragon Palace were a level stronger than the Devil Dragon lineage and Fire Dragon Palace. The dragon species were more abundant, and their coordination was stronger. Just the Dragon Palace alone could restrain the elites of the Devil Dragon lineage and Fire Dragon Palace. The rest of the Water Dragon Palace could also deal with them easily. Chapter 3263. Boom, boom, boom. The battle below was in full swing. As the dragons clashed, waves of terrifying pressure spread out in all directions. The Dragon Palace's Water Dragon Palace's Venerable clashed with the Demonic Dragon's Fire Dragon Palace's Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Venerable. The clash between the ordinary dragons had also begun. In the universe Venerable level, Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace slowly gained the upper hand. The legendary Berserk Dragon species in the Divine Dragon lineage. That is the Arrow Dragon species, a pinnacle dragon species. This Dragon Palace actually has a pinnacle dragon species. Furthermore, the other dragon species don't look weak either. With such a large number of pinnacle dragon species, it's already comparable to the Dragon Palace at its peak. What kind of opportunity did the Dragon Palace obtain? At the same time, within the Demon Dragon's dark world, the Demon Dragon Emperor stared coldly at the ground below with a gloomy expression. As a powerful demon dragon who had obtained the inheritance of the Divine Dragon, he quickly recognized the Berserk Dragons and Arrow Dragons in the Dragon Palace below. This was a peak-level dragon species that could rival a purebred Divine Dragon. There were only 2 purebred Divine Dragons in the entire Demonic Dragon lineage. In other words, The number of divine dragons and dragon breeds in the dragon palace that could rival them was more than 1,000. This caused his eyes to burn with passion. There was also that strange dragon species that could perfectly restrain the Netherclaw ghost dragon. It seemed to be a peak dragon species. The Netherclaw ghost dragon was a high-grade dragon species. Only peak-grade dragon species could suppress them. Damn it, I must destroy this dragon palace. I want to see what opportunities they have obtained. The demon dragon emperor let out a low roar. His eyes were filled with violent killing intent. Dragon Palace, I didn't expect you to be so powerful. At this time, below, the demon dragon king was fighting with the water dragon king. Seeing the situation on the battlefield, the demon dragon king let out an angry roar. He raised his head and roared, sending a terrifying wave of darkness energy into the demon dragon's dark world. Boom, boom, boom. A roar came from the demonic dragon's dark world in the sky. Streams of dark power gathered to form the image of a divine dragon. This divine dragon shadow contained terrifying power. The shadow of the divine dragon wreaked havoc on the battlefield. Humph. When the water dragon king sensed the devil dragon phantom, he snorted coldly and his body shook. In the water dragon palace at the back, a similar illusion of a water divine dragon appeared. It possessed terrifying might. These divine dragon silhouettes formed from the dragon palace had the combat power of a rank 5 universe venerable. Battle dragon, go. Fire divine dragon, come out. Thunder dragon appears. At this time, the fire dragon palace, the crimson gold battle dragon palace, and the wind and thunder divine dragon bloodlines dragon palace flew out and joined the battle. Be careful, they have 4 more rank 5 universe venerables. The water dragon king immediately reminded loudly. The 4 divine dragon shadows were enough to bring great pressure to the dragon palace and the water dragon palace. In an instant, the demon dragon bloodline, who were at a disadvantage, began to retaliate. The experts of the dragon palace frowned slightly as they looked over and fought with all their might. How is this possible? How is this possible? At this moment, a horrified voice came from the side. At this moment, a huge, radiant lotus bloomed with sacred radiant petals. The petals enveloped the remaining 1,000 or so venerables of the Saintwind clan within. The 1,000 or so people heaved a sigh of relief under the protection of the radiant petals. This radiant sacred lotus was their Saintwind clan's treasure, a postnatal treasure. When the radiant sacred lotus defense was activated, with the Saintwind clan elder controlling it, even a rank 6 universe venerable could forget about breaking the defense. The 1,000 or so people returned to the radiant sacred lotus, their faces filled with joy. Too terrifying. They had no way of resisting. Even if a rank 5 universe venerable could block 1 or 2 attacks, they would not be able to block more than a dozen attacks. That strange speed, that ability to appear and disappear like a shadow, made them feel terrified. Only when they returned to the radiant sacred lotus did they feel more at ease. The entire Saintwind clan had ugly expressions on their faces. Of the 4,000 or so universe venerables that came, only about 1,000 remained. Over 3,000 were killed. This time, the Saintwind clan's losses were too great. However, just as everyone thought they could heave a sigh of relief, they heard the horrified voice of the clan elder. Everyone was startled and immediately looked to the side. At this moment, the Saintwind clan's patriarch was clutching his neck, his face filled with panic. His body trembled violently. Everyone could sense that there was a terrifying energy within their clan elder's body that was destroying his life force. What's going on? What's going on? At this moment, everyone panicked. What exactly was going on? They had already set up defenses around them. How could their clan elder be attacked? Quick, save the clan elder. One by one, the universe supremacies roared in horror as beams of light power surged into their bodies. Ha ha ha, do you think you can hide from my assassination by hiding in here? At this moment, a loud laughter resounded from the radiant sacred lotus. Everyone felt their scalps go numb. Pft, pft. In the next instant, they heard incessant piercing sounds. How is this possible? How did he get in? A Saintwind clan powerhouse screamed in horror as he scanned his surroundings in disbelief. However, his eyes couldn't keep up with Enlai's speed. Enlai currently had the strength of a rank 5 universe venerable. With a thought, he could appear anywhere he wanted to. When they turned their heads to look, Enlai already had a few thoughts flashing through his mind. The radiant sacred lotus defenses were practically non-existent to Enlai. Originally, it would be very troublesome to kill the Saint Wen clan elder. However, after the other party activated the radiant sacred lotus defenses, he actually let his guard down. This allowed Enlai to find an opportunity to assassinate him. Now that the Saint Wen clan elder was killed, everything else would be simple. Not good, not good. Quick, run. Run back to your divine kingdom. The Saint Wen clan venerables saw Enlai enter the radiant sacred lotus's interior. Their eyes turned bloodshot as they screamed in fear. They were filled with despair. What kind of existence had their Saint Wen clan offended? Ha ha ha. People like you dare to destroy our dragon palace? Trash. All of you can go to hell. Enlai's maniacal laughter resounded in their ears. His sharp weapon reaped the lives of the Saint Wen clan experts. The Saint Wen clan elder didn't have time to save him. His life force was getting weaker and weaker, and Enlai killed him with another blow. Chapter 3264. Ha ha ha, I, Enlai, am invincible. Enlai's killing speed was extremely fast, terrifyingly fast. The entire Saint Wen clan, about 4,000 cosmos, were all killed by him in a dozen minutes. Especially after he killed the Saint Wen clan's patriarch, he became even more unscrupulous. Every second, more than a dozen people died at his hands. When he wiped out the Saint Wen clan, he couldn't help but laugh out loud, his gaze fixed on the main battlefield. Ha ha ha, I, Enlai, am here. The situation is about to change, haha. He laughed maniacally, his face filled with excitement. He, Enlai, was finally turning the tables. Wong. In the next instant, his figure disappeared and reappeared next to a rank 4 venerable. Puff! A terrifying energy struck the rank 4 venerable, and he disappeared in the next instant. His figure once again appeared on another figure. Puff, puff, puff. Enlai's instant space teleportation was able to ignore defensive formations and energy shields. It was too heaven-defying, too abnormal. In the 10 seconds he appeared on the battlefield, 10 rank 4 venerables were killed instantly. Killing those weaker than him was too easy. Not good. That strange expert has entered the battlefield. We are not his match. He's too strange. In an instant, 10 rank 4 universe venerables were killed, causing a huge panic. The Fire Cloud Army's leader swept his gaze across, his eyes filled with shock as he roared. What a strange fellow. This is the Dragon Palace's greatest trump card? He wiped out the Saint Wen clan alone. However, his attack power is only at the rank 5 venerable level. At most, he can kill a rank 6. Within the Demon Dragon Dark World, the Demon Dragon Emperor surveyed the battlefield below. When he saw Enlai charging over, his eyes flashed coldly. His blood-red pupils locked onto Enlai. Boom! In the next instant, the entire Demon Dragon Dark World's darkness spread downwards. The Demon Dragon Dark World started to envelop the space below. It's time for me to take action. The war is about to end. Destroy. The Demon Dragon Emperor roared coldly as his entire body flew downwards rapidly. He carried the terrifying power of darkness with him. Large-scale attacks covered the area below. With this strike, he was confident that he could destroy that freakishly fast fellow below. The reason he had waited until now was because he was waiting for Enlai to arrive. He was confident that he could kill Enlai as long as he could get close to the Demon Dragon Dark World. A wide-area attack was the best way to kill Enlai. Boom! The demonic dragon's dark world in the sky suddenly erupted with terrifying energy, causing everyone's expression to change drastically. What kind of power is this? The Water Dragon King, Water Dragon Queen, and the rest raised their heads and looked up into the sky in shock. At this time, they saw the gigantic head of the demon dragon. The dragon's head stared down coldly, its eyes filled with malevolence and coldness. Have you finally made your move? At the same time, Wang Xian, who was in the Dragon Palace, sensed the terrifying aura coming from above. The Fire Dragon Lord had the fighting strength of a universe venerable. Then the Demon Dragon lineage definitely had existences stronger than him. From the looks of it, this existence had made his move. This aura? He squinted his eyes. This terrifying aura surprised him, but at the same time, it was within his expectations. The demon dragon lineage had the fighting strength of a universe venerable at rank 7. It's good that you're out. Only by killing you can I snatch the demon dragon's dark world. Wang Xian's eyes were cold and sinister. This time, he had to kill him. Boom. Wang Xian saw the terrifying power of darkness attacking below. He waved his arm and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in the sky. At the same time, Wang Xian's arm surged with the vast power of the 5 elements grindstone. The 5 elements grindstone, which could now kill a universe venerable at rank 6, exploded with terrifying power under his support. The 5 elements grindstone revolved and the grayish energy surged towards the surroundings, meeting the terrifying power of darkness in the sky. What? This power? The demon dragon emperor's expression changed slightly as he looked at the incoming power of the 5 elements. Boom. In the next moment, the power of darkness collided with the power of the 5 elements, and a vast wave of energy surged towards the surroundings. The power of darkness began to dissipate, and so did the power of the 5 elements. The huge 5 elements grindstone floated in the void. Is this the hidden expert of the demon dragon lineage? I've been waiting for you for a long time. Wang Xian moved and flew out of the water dragon palace. His eyes locked on the demon dragon emperor. Universe venerable rank 7 attack strength. You also have the strength of a universe venerable rank 7. The demon dragon emperor stared at Wang Xian with his eyes wide open and roared in disbelief. If you can have the strength of a universe venerable rank 7, why can't I? Wang Xian sneered, came to the sky above the 5 elements grindstone, and stood on it. You're the dragon king of the dragon palace? The demon dragon emperor stared at Wang Xian, his expression changing. The pinnacle dragon species of the dragon palace, that weird guy from the dragon palace, had already surprised him. However, the dragon king of the dragon palace still had the strength of a universe venerable rank 7? That's right. I've never heard of the demon dragon lineage having such a powerful demon dragon. What a surprise. Wang Xian stared at him and replied plainly, I have to say that your strength has really exceeded our expectations. The demon dragon emperor's expression changed drastically as he roared with embarrassment. The dragon king of the dragon palace had the strength of a universe venerable rank 7. Coupled with the many experts of the dragon palace, it would be difficult to win this battle. They might even lose. Today, the Dragon King will annihilate the demon dragon lineage. Haha. Wang Xian saw the change in his expression. Without any hesitation, he launched an attack on him. At the same time, he moved and transformed into his divine dragon body. With terrifying speed, he flew to the sky above the demon dragon emperor. He did not attack immediately, but sealed off the demon dragon emperor's return route. He sealed off the route back to the demon dragon dark world. Next, if he wanted to return to the demon dragon dark world, he would have to get rid of Wang Xian. However, Wang Xian was ready to risk his life. This time, he would kill him. Courting death. Seeing Wang Xian's terrifying speed, the demon dragon emperor's expression changed slightly, and a violent look appeared in his eyes. He bellowed and charged towards Wang Xian. The Dragon King also has the strength of a universe venerable rank 7. I didn't expect the Dragon King to be so strong. Below, when all the experts of the Water Dragon Palace saw this, their expressions changed drastically, and they revealed looks of surprise. The strength of the Dragon King of the Dragon Palace had exceeded their expectations. Oh no, how is this possible? Isn't the Dragon King just a universe venerable rank 5? However, all the divine dragons and lesser dragons from the demon dragon lineage and the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace were embarrassed. Chapter 3265. Damn it, why is this dragon palace so powerful? If this goes on, we won't be a match for Water Dragon Palace and Dragon Palace. On the battlefield, Fire Dragon Emperor and a group of rank 4 and 5 experts saw this, and their faces turned ugly. Especially when Darklight joined the battlefield. Universe Paragons were being hunted down by him. Originally, They thought of letting the Demon Dragon Emperor deal with this strange fellow. But now, the Dragon King of Dragon Palace had the combat power of a rank 7 universe paragon and was restraining the Demon Dragon Emperor. Then why was this strange fellow able to resist it? They could not resist at all. They would be hunted down one by one like the Saintwen clan. Kill all the disciples of the Fire Dragon Palace. Kill them with all your might. Fire Dragon Emperor ordered all disciples below the Universe Paragon realm. Now, they only had a huge advantage in the battlefield of the Void God Emperor disciples. Demon Dragon Bloodline, Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Bloodline disciples, kill. When the Demon Dragon King saw that his father was being restrained, his expression changed drastically. Clearly, he understood the current situation. He shouted out in a stern voice, "All paragons, prepare to retreat into the Dragon Palace." At the same time, Demon Dragon King transmitted an order. They could no longer win this battle. Furthermore, they were no longer a match for the other party. At this time, the ordinary disciples attracted the fighting power, and the group of universe paragons prepared to retreat. They had never thought that this would be the outcome of this battle. They did not expect the entire Saintwen clan to be killed by an expert from Dragon Palace. Kill, kill, kill. Kill everyone from Water Dragon Palace. At the lowest position, the Demon Dragon Bloodline, Fire Dragon Palace, and Crimson Gold Battle Dragon disciples heard the order, and their eyes were filled with killing intent as they charged towards the Water Dragon Palace disciples. The 3 Dragon Palaces had a total of 10 million Void God Emperor disciples, and Water Dragon Palace only had a few hundred. The difference was huge. Facing the charge of the 3 Dragon Palaces, their faces turned pale. Westwater Tribe, send some experts to support. Water Dragon Empress ordered. Yes. The Universe Paragons immediately responded. Hold them back. The Demon Dragon King's command came from the front. Pu. Unlai's figure flickered, and the few Demon Dragon supremacies who wanted to stop him were instantly killed. Up in the sky, Wang Xian swept his gaze across the battle below and was shocked. Kill. He stared at the Demon Dragon Emperor and roared. The great grindstone of 5 elements in front of him grew 1,000,000 times larger. Boom, boom, boom. The gigantic 5 elements grindstone exuded a terrifying aura as it pressed downwards. Damn it! When the Demon Dragon Emperor felt the pressure coming from the 5 elements grindstone, his expression changed slightly. He roared, and a Demon Dragon Pearl flew out of his mouth. At the same time, a black skull also flew out of his mouth. 2 extremely powerful acquired cardinal treasures headed straight for the 5-element grindstone. Boom! The entire 5 elements grindstone was like a huge mountain as it pressed downwards. It collided with the Demon Dragon Pearl and the Black Skull, releasing a terrifying amount of energy. The body of the Demon Dragon Emperor fell hundreds of millions of kilometers down uncontrollably. The surrounding venerables sensed this terrifying power and hurriedly moved to hide in the surroundings. Wang Xian immediately launched an attack on the Demon Dragon Emperor. Sensing the distance, his body trembled. Dragon Aura. The current Wang Xian had already broken through to the First Order Universe Supremacy Realm. His Dragon Aura covered a radius of nearly 1,000,000,000 kilometers. He could rule over all aquatic creatures and dragon species below the First Order Universe Supremacy Realm. When his energy enveloped the millions of flood dragons below, his eyes revealed a bloodthirsty look. Destroy! He roared. Roar, roar! At the lowest position, he roared. Below, all the Void Emperor-level disciples of the 3 great dragon palaces trembled slightly as they were completely dominated. In the next moment, they did something that shocked all the divine dragons and flood dragons. Millions of Void Emperor-level flood dragons killed themselves. Pung, pung, pung. Continuous loud sounds could be heard, causing all the disciples of the Water Dragon Palace in front to widen their eyes in shock. In less than a second, millions of disciples killed themselves. This strange and terrifying scene caused everyone to reveal a terrified expression. What's going on? What's happening? The Fire Dragon Master, Demon Dragon King, and the others sensed the deaths of their disciples below. Their eyes widened in shock and horror. Their eyes swept across and their hearts trembled violently. What's going on? What's this? The demon dragon king's heart also trembled violently. Millions of disciples killed themselves? What kind of strange technique was this? From the beginning to the end, they did not even sense who did it. All of them killed themselves. This scene was too terrifying. Moreover, millions of disciples killed themselves. This was a fatal blow to the demon dragon lineage and the fire dragon palace. These were the flood dragons of their dragon palace. They were their foundation. Flood dragons were not like other races. They were huge in number. The three dragon palaces could reach such a number after billions of years of development. After all, flood dragons with divine dragon bloodline were rare. The death of millions of flood dragons meant that their foundation was gone. No, Dragon King of Dragon Palace, Water Dragon Palace, I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to destroy all of you. In the sky, the demon dragon emperor sensed the situation below. His eyes turned bloodshot, and he went berserk. These void god, emperor-level disciples were the foundation of their sect. They nurtured so many disciples over billions of years. Now, all of them were killed. Their foundation was destroyed. He stared at Wang Xian with extreme rage. He extended his huge dragon claws and charged at Wang Xian. Oomph! Wang Xian's eyes were also filled with coldness. 10 million flood dragons. He didn't want to kill so many flood dragons, but he realized that these flood dragons were all controlled by a special energy. In other words, these flood dragons had become puppets. They were under the control of the demon dragon bloodline. Once he destroyed those two demon dragons, all the other flood dragons would desperately seek revenge. Therefore, he had to kill these flood dragons that were controlled. He wanted to destroy the demon dragon lineage, the fire dragon palace, and the crimson gold battle dragon. The war between the divine dragon lineage was cruel. If the dragon palace lost, they would all be killed. Just like the wind and thunder divine dragon lineage, all the disciples and experts would be killed. Kill. Seeing the demon dragon emperor's frenzied attack, Wang Xian's eyes were filled with violent killing intent. Both sides had reached the point where one side had to die. Chapter 3266, Dragon King vs. Demon Dragon Emperor. All Void God Emperor disciples of the Magic Dragon lineage, Fire Dragon Palace and Crimson Gold Battle Dragon were killed. This enmity was absolutely irreconcilable. Although they still didn't know how their disciples died, they were sure that it had something to do with the Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace. Especially that strange Dragon Palace. Let's fight. When Wang Xian saw the Demon Dragon Emperor charging towards him, his eyes were filled with chilling intent. Boom! His dragon body swayed as he flapped his unparalleled sacred wings. With a terrifying speed, he instantly appeared on the right side of the Demon Dragon Emperor. The Demon Dragon Emperor had 2 acquired treasures, but Wang Xian's 5 Elements Grindstone wasn't any weaker. The 5 Elements Grindstone had already absorbed 3 postnatal treasures. If it were to really erupt, it would definitely be able to withstand those 2 postnatal cardinal treasures. Bam! Wang Xian's speed was still his greatest weapon. He came to the side of the Demon Dragon Emperor in an instant and swept his dragon tail across. What a terrifying speed! The Demon Dragon Emperor was having a hard time dealing with Wang Xian's speed, and his expression changed drastically. Boom, boom, boom. With a shake of his body, the power of darkness emanated from his dragon scales. The power of darkness coalesced into skeletons that blocked Wang Xian's dragon tail. Bam, bam. However, the skeleton that the demonic dragon monarch had condensed was too short. When the dragon tail swept past, the skeleton quickly collapsed, and the remaining power landed on the demonic dragon monarch. Roar! The demon dragon emperor felt pain. A few scales fell off and blood flowed out. Demonic dragon, Dragon Fong. The demon dragon emperor bellowed. A gigantic black tusk appeared in front of him and tore at Wang Xian instantly. Dragon Tomb. Wang Xian let out a deep roar. The dragon's tomb hovered above him and smashed towards the dark fangs. At the same time, he used his speed to dodge to the side. Bam bam! The terrifying fangs destroyed the dragon's tomb. However, Wang Xian was already far away. Dragon Head, devour the heavens. The demon dragon emperor's blood-red eyes locked onto Wang Xian as huge dragon heads appeared around him. The ferocious dragon head lunged at Wang Xian. Demigods and semi-devils. Wang Xian narrowed his eyes. 8 shadows of divine dragons appeared around him and collided with the dragon's head. Boom, boom, boom. Another terrifying collision rang out. Dragons soaring cloud and mist. Wang Xian let out a low growl as the nomological divine dragon continued. In an instant, the surroundings were shrouded by clouds and mist. Within the clouds and mist, Wang Xian flapped the unbeginning saint wings. Buzz. His current speed was comparable to a rank 8 universe venerable's speed at its peak. In terms of speed, he completely suppressed the demon dragon emperor. Nomological aspect, demonic dragon celestial realm. When the demon dragon emperor saw the surrounding mist, his eyes narrowed as he roared. The next moment, darkness descended. The darkness intersected with the clouds, causing the entire space to be shrouded in fog. The people outside could not see clearly at all. However, Wang Xian could still sense the devil dragon emperor through the clouds. The demon dragon emperor could sense him through the darkness. Saint Dragon Shadow. Wang Xian let out a low growl and cast the nomological superpower once again. The phantom of a holy dragon descended from the sky and bombarded the demon dragon emperor. Dragon Mark. The devil dragon emperor swept its tail horizontally. A smear of black seemed to have wiped out everything in the void as it attacked Wang Xian. Crash! Wang Xian flapped his unparalleled sacred wings and dodged Dragon Scar's attack rapidly. He arrived at the left side of the demon dragon emperor. Caw-caw! He extended his dragon claw and clawed. How can his speed be so fast? It's that wing. That wing is at least an acquired cardinal treasure, or even stronger. When the demon dragon emperor saw Wang Xian attacking him from the left, he was extremely embarrassed. In terms of speed, he was completely suppressed. Bam! A wave of energy struck towards Wang Xian. The dragon claw was destroyed and the demon dragon emperor was clawed hard. Roar, roar! A large piece of flesh was caught in his hand. The demon dragon emperor dodged to the side with an embarrassed look. His dragon tail swept over. Wang Xian flapped his unparalleled sacred wings and retreated immediately. Ah! Fire Dragon Master, Demon Dragon Emperor, save us. We are not a match for that mysterious existence. At this moment, miserable cries could be heard from below. After all the Void God Emperor-level disciples of the 3 Dragon Palaces were wiped out, all the forces of the Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace went against the venerables of the 3 Dragon Palaces. Especially with Enlai around, his instant teleportation was exceptionally terrifying. In a flash, he could kill an expert below rank 5 Universe Venerable, especially rank 1, 2, and 3 Universe Venerables. They were like little kids. They could not resist at all. In fact, they did not even see Enlai attack before they died. This made all the Universe Venerables terrified. This was not a battle. They were simply waiting for death. Once they were targeted by that mysterious existence, they could only wait for death. In just a few seconds, more than 100 Universe Venerables had died in his hands. Damn it! The Demon Dragon Emperor swept his gaze across. He gritted his teeth and roared, "Retreat to the Dragon Palace! Retreat to the Dragon Palace!" The Demon Dragon King and Fire Dragon Master ordered. Defeated. This time, they were utterly defeated. At this moment, they no longer had the arrogance and confidence they had when they first arrived. Up till now, they had suffered heavy losses. They had already damaged their foundations. Do you think you can come and go as you please? Enlai appeared at a corner and roared with a cold expression. As he finished speaking, he appeared beside the Venerable who was escaping and killed him in one move. All Dragon Palace disciples, kill them. Don't let them enter the Dragon Palace. At the forefront of the battlefield, roving heavens roared. He held the ocean-calming godly needle in his hand. Blood-red chains wrapped around it as he charged forward. Damn it! We cannot afford to be distracted when facing them. The group of Fire Cloud Legion and Dragon Hawk Legion's high-level dragons looked extremely embarrassed, facing the orderly attacks of the Dragon Palace. As long as they made the slightest mistake, willow branches and arrows would attack them. Once they turned and retreated, their backs would be completely exposed to the enemy. fight and retreat at the same time. The leader of the Dragon Hawk Legion roared angrily. He flapped his huge wings and countless flames shot forward like meteorites. Rumble. The heaven lightning, earthly fire dragon, and phoenix species flapped their wings and shot countless meteorites. The meteorites were covered in lightning and flames, moving even faster. Kill them all. Roving heavens and the rest roared. They just needed to buy some time. Every second they fought, Unlai would be able to kill a few universe venerables. If they could buy a few more minutes, the enemy would definitely be defeated. All universe venerables above rank 3 helped to block them. The rest of the disciples retreat to the Dragon Palace. The Fire Dragon Master looked at the scene below and ordered with a bitter expression. Yes. The group of universe venerables above rank 3 trembled as they gritted their teeth and responded loudly. Chapter 3267. Kill, kill, kill. The Demon Dragon Lineage, Fire Dragon Palace, Crimson Gold Battle Dragon, and the other venerables roared as they formed a strong defense with the nomological laws. At this time, only the weaker venerables could block the attacks from the Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace so that they could retreat to the Dragon Palace at the back. Otherwise, given their strength, they would be killed before they could retreat. Now that all the Emperor God disciples had fallen, they could not afford to lose too many. Otherwise, the entire Demon Dragon lineage would be finished. One after another, Universe Venerable rank 3 and above powerhouses were defending. As for Enlai, he hunted them down while they were defending. We can let the other venerables from the 3 dragon palaces in, but we cannot let the Fire Dragon Lord in. Enlai scanned the surroundings as he transmitted his voice to the venerables of the Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace. The Dragon Palace could stop others from entering. Even Wang Xian could not enter. But Enlai was different. He could enter the Dragon Palace easily. However, if the Fire Dragon Lord entered the Fire Dragon Palace, Enlai wouldn't be able to kill him given his control over the Dragon Palace. Even with the help of the Fire Dragon Palace, the Fire Dragon Lord could kill him inside. Therefore, he must not let the Fire Dragon Lord enter his Dragon Palace. As for the rest, Enlai did not care. Even if the Demon Dragon King entered the Demon Dragon Dark World, Enlai could assassinate him with his strange techniques. After all, he was only a rank 5 venerable. All right, Roving Heavens, Mao Zedong, and the rest understood Enlai's intentions. Attack the Fire Dragon Lord. In the next instant, they gave up on the venerables in front of them and charged towards the Fire Dragon Lord. The Sky Formation was fighting against the Fire Dragon Lord. The difference in strength between the two was not that great. Currently, the Dragon Palace only had 9 rank 5 venerable realm members. Only 7 of them had come this time. Ao Jin and Laming did not come. Xiao Lan had the combat power of a rank 5 venerable. Together with Roving Heavens, Ao Qi, Ao Tu, and the other Dragon Palace leaders, they attacked the Fire Dragon Lord. Attack the Fire Dragon Lord. The Water Dragon King and the Water Dragon Queen squinted their eyes and looked at their opponents. When the Demon Dragon King saw this, he was slightly stunned. Pooh! Right at this moment, a terrifying energy attacked him. The Demon Dragon King's body trembled. Black bricks appeared around him and wrapped around him. Bam! Even so, a terrifying force landed on his dragon head, causing him to spit out a large mouthful of blood. What a strange fellow, what a terrifying attack. The Demon Dragon King's eyes flashed with fear. If it wasn't for the acquired supreme treasure protecting his body, this attack would have been enough to kill him. Even so, his injuries were not light. Damn it, run. The Demon Dragon King's expression was incomparably ugly as he quickly retreated. The Water Dragon King was no longer attacking him. At this moment, staying alive was more important. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to guarantee that he wouldn't be able to withstand a few consecutive attacks from that strange fellow. Retreat! Retreat! He roared and fled towards the Wind and Thunder Divine Dragon Palace. Retreat! The experts of the Demon Dragon lineage were overjoyed when they saw that the Water and Dragon Palace weren't attacking them. They hurriedly retreated. Damn it! However, at this moment, the Fire Dragon Lord's expression changed drastically. In an instant, The number of Universe Rank 5 supremacies attacking him reached 14. There were even tens of Universe Rank 4 supremacies attacking from afar. Although it wouldn't deal much damage to him, he couldn't just ignore it. Along with the Array Master from the Dragon Palace, he was instantly suppressed. One must know that these were the elites of the Water and Dragon Palace. There were even two purebred godly dragons, the Water Dragon King and the Water Dragon Queen. Each of them had two supreme treasures. Fire Dragon Lord. Fire Cloud Legion Commander and Dragon Hawk Legion Commander's expressions changed when they saw the Fire Dragon Lord being surrounded. Retreat. Everyone retreat. Fire Dragon Lord. Hold on for a few seconds, then retreat. The Demon Dragon King swept his gaze across and ordered loudly. At this moment, if the Fire Dragon Lord could hold on for 7 to 8 seconds, the rest of the universe supremacies would be able to retreat to the Dragon Palace. Retreat. The experts from the Fire Dragon Palace were shocked. They gritted their teeth and retreated back into the Fire Dragon Palace. Even the leader of the Fire Cloud Dragon Hawks retreated. At this moment, there was nothing they could do. If they stayed here for another second, they might be hunted by that mysterious existence. They were afraid too. Moreover, the Demon Dragon King had given the order. They had to obey. Damn it! The Fire Dragon Lord saw everyone from the 3 dragon palaces retreating, and his expression was ugly. He roared with rage. A flaming pagoda above his head shot out terrifying flaming meteors. Surround him and kill him. We must kill him. The heavenly array bellowed as one array after another shot towards the acquired treasure. Kill, kill, kill. The Water Dragon King, Water Dragon Queen, and the rest roared as well. With the help of the acquired supreme treasures, they unleashed their strongest attacks. All right, as long as we kill this Fire Dragon Lord and the Demon Dragon Emperor, everything will be easy. Enlai's eyes shone coldly as he locked onto the Fire Dragon Lord. Wong. In the next moment, he appeared at the tail of the Fire Dragon Lord. Boom. A terrifying attack landed on the tail of the Fire Dragon Lord. Instantly, blood splattered everywhere. Roar. Roar. You damned flea. Scram. Feeling the pain, the Fire Dragon Chief roared out and swept its dragon tail. Attack. Roving Heavens, Mao Zedong, Ao Xingmu, and the rest immediately launched their attacks. Streaks of terrifying attacks engulfed the Fire Dragon Lord. Shit. The Fire Dragon Lord's expression changed drastically at the sight of the horrifying attacks. The Fire Dragon Lord wasn't afraid of the Array Master of the Dragon Palace, the Water Dragon King, and the rest of the experts. He was confident that he could escape. However, with that mysterious guy around, he had to protect himself at all times to prevent himself from being attacked. This put him in a passive position. It was even difficult for him to escape. If I continue to fight, I might die here. The Fire Dragon Lord's expression changed drastically. Terrifying flames ignited on his body as he retreated to the back. Woo! Woo! At this moment, Xiaolan's voice was heard. A strange space occupied the entire starry sky. What? The Fire Dragon Lord's expression changed when he saw himself entering a strange space. Kill. The experts from the Sky Array, Dragon Palace, and the Water Dragon King launched their attacks again. Enlai's body flickered as he waited for an opportunity. Chapter 3268. Desperate Battle Below. Oh no, Demon Dragon King. Our Fire Dragon Lord has been pulled into that strange space. Should we intervene? In the Fire Dragon Palace, the leaders of the Fire Cloud Legion and the Dragon Hawk Legion saw their former Dragon Lord being pulled into a strange domain. They saw that the world in front of them seemed to be swallowed by a strange space. They immediately asked the Demon Dragon King within the Wind Thunder Divine Dragon Palace. No need. Once we intervene, we may be attacked by that strange existence. Even rank 5 universe supremacies will be killed by it. The Demon Dragon King's expression changed, and he looked embarrassed. This battle made him shudder with fear and trepidation. This battle had caused him to burn with rage. The strange existence of the Dragon Palace had made him fearful. What kind of existence could possess such a heaven-defying and bizarre ability? We've lost completely. The Demon Dragon King growled as he looked up. No, There's another possibility. If Father can kill that Dragon King, we can still win. His expression changed, but he also understood that it was extremely difficult for a divine dragon of the same level to kill the other party. It was practically impossible. All the disciples of the demonic dragon lineage have been killed. I must take revenge. The demon dragon king growled, his eyes bloodshot. Scram. At this moment, the humongous acquired cardinal treasure skull in the sky slammed towards Wang Xian directly. They had already lost this battle. Countless disciples had died and thousands of universe supremacies had fallen. Now that his subordinates had returned to the Dragon Palace, there was no need for him to continue fighting. Even if he continued fighting, he would not be able to defeat the Dragon King. The Dragon King's terrifying speed made him look extremely embarrassed. If the other party wanted to escape, he would not be able to catch up. I'll kill you today. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with murderous intent. The 5 elements grindstone slammed towards the acquired cardinal treasure skull. Boom! A deafening collision sound rang out. However, the demon Dragon King had already lost the will to fight. He extended his dragon claws and flew towards the dark demon dragon world. As long as Wang Xian dodged, he would be able to enter the dark demon dragon world. It's time to fight for real, Wang Xian murmured. This time, he did not dodge. Instead, he extended his dragon claws and faced the attack of the demon dragon emperor. At the same time, the simple oil lamp on his dragon body shone brightly. Wisps of flame enveloped his body, but under the enormous energy on his body, the flames were almost undetectable. Courting death, seeing Wang Xian charging at him, the demon dragon emperor's face was filled with viciousness. Bam! The demon dragon waved his claws and clawed upwards. Wang Xian brandished his 5 elements dragon claws and welcomed the attack. Bam! Their bodies collided. One was a black dragon claw, and the other was a gray dragon claw. When they collided, a large number of wounds appeared on the demon dragon's claw, and blood flowed out. There was a terrifying wound on the dragon's claw. Wang Xian's dragon claw was shrouded in dense flames, blocking the attack of the devil dragon's claw. Roar! Wang Xian bellowed. His dragon horns shone with yin and yang as he charged towards the demon dragon emperor. Roar! The demon dragon emperor's eyes were filled with madness as he charged forward. Bam! The 2 dragon heads collided. Caw-caw. However, this horrifying collision caused the demon dragon emperor's dragon horn to crack. Large amounts of dragon blood splattered. Wang Xian's head was also shrouded in flames, and he wasn't injured at all. He has a powerful defensive treasure on him. After 2 physical collisions, the demon dragon emperor saw that Wang Xian wasn't injured at all, but he was the one who was injured. He roared with an awful expression. Boom, boom, boom. But at this moment, facing the demon dragon emperor who was just inches away, Wang Xian attacked continuously with his dragon claws and swept his dragon tail. With the advantage of speed and the protection of the ancient oil lamp, Wang Xian was fighting with his life on the line. Although the vitality fluid in the oil lamp was depleting quickly, it was worth it as long as he could kill the demon dragon emperor. Damn it! Bam, bam, bam. After a dozen consecutive collisions, the dragon scales on the demon dragon emperor fell off, and large amounts of blood flowed out. He quickly dodged to the side. Dodge? Then I'll exhaust you to death with speed. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with malice when he saw the demon dragon emperor dodging. His overall strength was slightly stronger than the demon dragon emperor, especially in terms of speed. If this continued, the demon dragon emperor would definitely die. True dragon body, radiant divine dragon. He let out a deep roar, and his grayish body instantly emitted a dazzling power of radiance. Light and darkness were of opposing attributes. Light illuminated the darkness, and darkness corroded light. There was no such thing as who could counter the other, only the most brutal fight. After transforming into the radiant divine dragon body, Wang Xian flapped his unbeginning saint wings, came to the side of the demon dragon emperor instantly, and clawed at him. TSK, TSK, TSK. Before the claw could touch him, the power of light and darkness collided. What kind of creepy ability is this? How can it transform itself into a divine dragon of other attributes? Is this a mutated divine dragon? The demon dragon emperor saw this and was extremely embarrassed. A mutated divine dragon was an existence that was even stronger than a purebred divine dragon. Bam bam bam. Continuous sounds of attacks could be heard, and the demon dragon emperor was getting more and more miserable. Wang Xian relied on the defense of the ancient oil lamp to remain unscathed. As time passed, the two huge divine dragons fought fiercely in the starry sky. The starry sky was dim, and the sun and moon were dim. In the surrounding dragon palaces, all the flood dragons were shocked as they watched the battle above. Two tens of thousands of meters long divine dragons were fighting, and it was extremely shocking. Oh no, father is at a disadvantage. In the wind and thunder divine dragon palace, the demon dragon emperor saw the battle in the sky, and his father's injuries, and his face turned ugly. Scram, scram, scram. However, at this very moment, in Shaolan's Kuan domain, the Fire Dragon Lord's situation was 10 times worse than the Demon Dragon Emperor's. The Sky Formation and over a dozen rank 5 universe supremacies were attacking him together. Especially Enlai. Enlai's strange speed could already kill a rank 6 venerable. Even though the Fire Dragon Lord had his guard up against Enlai, under the pressure of the Sky Formation, he still suffered over a dozen attacks. Every time he was attacked, he would be injured. After a dozen attacks, his entire body looked extremely miserable, and he was covered in wounds. Under such heavy injuries, it was even harder to defend against the attacks of the Sky Formation. It's over. I, the Fire Dragon Lord, am going to fall here. Ha ha ha, to fall in the hands of trash like you. Gradually, the Fire Dragon Lord became a little crazy. He knew that he would not be able to escape death. Annihilate the other divine dragon lineages. You will have to think of the day you all die. The Water Dragon King and the rest saw this, and their eyes were filled with coldness and anger. Chapter 3269. Boom, boom, boom. I can't accept this. I'm a purebred divine dragon that can stand at the peak of the universe. That cowardly demon dragon king actually didn't save me. Fire Dragon Lord roared crazily within the Kuan domain. His body was riddled with terrible wounds, and each wound penetrated deep into his bones. His combat power was less than half of his peak. Facing the terrifying attacks, he couldn't resist at all. Despair. Death was waiting for him. His eyes were filled with anger. If Demon Dragon King and the rest were willing to help him, he still had a chance to survive. But now, it was all over. Die. Enlai's figure flickered and came behind Fire Dragon Lord's head. A terrifying energy hit his head. Boom. A dull thud was heard. Fire Dragon Lord's eyes widened as large amounts of blood flowed out. His dragon head swayed a few times, and his body slowly fell to the ground. Tianjun and the rest saw this and their eyes flashed with coldness. Woo-woo. Xiao Lan let out a low roar and the Kuan domain disappeared. When the dark space disappeared, the starry sky once again appeared in front of everyone. What? Fire Dragon Lord has been killed. This. Fire Dragon Lord has fallen. When the Kuan domain disappeared, the experts in the 3 dragon palaces saw this scene and their expressions changed. The experts from the Water Dragon Palace were shocked to see the corpse of Fire Dragon Lord floating in the void. Roar. Good kill. Good kill. Let them want to kill us. Some experts from the Water Dragon Palace roared excitedly. Damn it. Useless. Useless. A rank 6 universe venerable was killed by the Dragon Palace and Water Dragon Palace in such a short time. Seeing this scene, the Demon Dragon King's complexion turned ugly. He couldn't help but roar. However, the death of a purebred divine dragon with the battle prowess of a 6th order venerable realm still shocked him. The Fire Dragon Lord was much stronger than him. Swish. Heaven Formation moved and kept the body of the Fire Dragon Lord and the supreme treasures on him. Bam, bam, bam. At this time, there was a violent collision in the sky. Everyone looked over, their eyes flashing with shock. Compared to the battle between the Fire Dragon Lord and the others, the battle between the Demon Dragon Emperor and the Dragon King was even more terrifying. Not good. Our Lord Devil Dragon Emperor is completely suppressed. Our Lord Devil Dragon Emperor is injured. Inside the three dragon palaces, the experts of the demonic dragon lineage turned grim when they saw this. At this moment, there were many wounds on the demon dragon emperor's body, and large amounts of blood were flowing out. He was completely suppressed. The fire dragon lord had just been killed. Would their demon dragon emperor? They didn't dare to imagine it. If something happened to the demon dragon emperor, they would be finished. It's impossible to kill a divine dragon of the same level, even if the Dragon King has a powerful defensive treasure. It's impossible. Absolutely impossible. The demon dragon king shook his head and roared. He firmly believed that his father could not have been killed by the Dragon King. At this moment, everyone in the four dragon palaces looked up at the sky. Hee, don't tell me that these guys think that I won't be able to kill you after entering the dragon palace? Enlai looked around and saw that all the divine dragons and lesser dragons were watching the battle in the sky. His eyes sparkled. He took a look at the demon dragon king and disappeared instantly. Damn it, I can't continue fighting with him. I have to return to the dark demonic dragon world. Otherwise, I might be exhausted to death. That defensive treasure of his is too strong. The demon dragon emperor growled with an awful look. Let's fight. Even if my injuries are more severe, I have to enter the dark demonic dragon world. He growled with bloodshot eyes as he stared at the sky. Roar! Roar! With a roar, he was surrounded by skeletons and demonic dragon beads. The law of darkness on his body condensed into demonic flames. Law of Dharma form, demonic dragon apocalypse. The demon dragon emperor roared and flew towards the dark demonic dragon world. The demonic flames condensed into the shadow of a demonic dragon, burning and corroding the entire sky. It's time to fight with my life on the line. Wang Xian saw the violent energy on the demon dragon emperor and stared at his dragon eyes. Let's fight. He sensed the vitality fluid in the ancient lamp. There wasn't much left. However, he was still in peak condition. Kill. Wang Xian bellowed. Law of Dharma form. 8 directional dragon pillars. Roar. Roar. The 8 directional dragon pillars was Wang Xian's strongest attack. It was also the first law of Dharma form of the 9 transformations of the divine dragon after he stepped into the supremacy realm. Rumble. 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 When the law of Dharma form was executed, dragon pillars appeared in all directions. As he was in the state of the light divine dragon, there was a light divine dragon on each dragon pillar. 8 dragon pillars and 8 light divine dragons sealed off all directions. Roar. 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 The 8 divine dragons roared as they locked their eyes on the demon dragon emperor and charged towards him. Kill. 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 The demon dragon emperor could feel the terrifying energy from the 8 directional dragon pillars. He gritted his teeth and continued charging forward. Light and darkness collided. Wong. In the next moment, the entire sky seemed to be engulfed as a terrifying energy vortex formed at the center of the collision. The demon dragon emperor's body appeared in the energy vortex and continued charging towards the sky. Similarly, Wang Xian swayed his huge body and went up to meet the attack. Bam! Bam! Another violent collision. Wang Xian waved his dragon claws and clawed at the demon dragon emperor. The demon dragon emperor also extended his dragon claws and charged forward. Bam! 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 It was another physical confrontation. This time, the demon dragon emperor was more ferocious and disregarded the injuries on his body. Wang Xian had no qualms either. Dragon claws, dragon tail, one move after another. In an instant, blood splattered everywhere, and a large number of dragon scales fell to the ground. The entire battle was exceptionally brutal. In the ancient lamp on Wang Xian's body, the vitality fluid was depleting rapidly and was soon depleted. This time, Wang Xian had brought all the vitality fluid with him. Once it was depleted, the defense of the ancient lamp would disappear completely. Scram! 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 However, even the demon dragon emperor was a little frightened by this incomparably bitter fight. The injuries on his body were getting more and more severe. Even though he had the body of a divine dragon and a strong recovery ability, He was still covered in blood after the collision. A pair of dragon horns were completely broken, and there were many cracks on his head. As for his body, almost half of the dragon scales had fallen off. Now, he might only have half a life left. The vitality fluid has been depleted. Chapter 3270. A grand victory, however. The real fight is just about to begin. Wang Xian's eyes were filled with viciousness. The defense of the ancient lamp had disappeared, but his fight had just begun. If he couldn't kill a severely injured demon dragon emperor when he was at his peak, he would be too useless. Wang Xian let out a roar as his body swayed and entangled the demon dragon emperor. That powerful defense on him has disappeared. Oh no, he's going all out against me. The demon dragon emperor was delighted when he felt the energy on Wang Xian vanishing. But then, his pupils constricted slightly as he felt his body being entangled. There was a trace of panic in his heart. The other party was going all out. The other party was determined to kill him. Dragon King, the energy in your body has disappeared. If you want to kill me now, with my demonic dragon body, even if you can kill me, you might die. You have to know how terrifying the vitality of a divine dragon is. The demon dragon emperor roared. Of course I know. I believe in the vitality of my body. Ha ha ha. Wang Xian laughed hysterically with arrogance and confidence on his face. He had the progenitor tree and its powerful branches. He didn't believe he couldn't kill a half-dead demon dragon emperor when he was at his peak. Wang Xian let out a roar as energy surged into his body. The dragon claws, dragon tail, and dragon palanquin attacked. At the same time, the five elements grindstone rotated to block the skull and the demonic dragon ball. Then, an incomparably brutal battle began. Large amounts of dragon blood flowed from his body as his dragon scales started to crumble. Wang Xian was in a miserable state, but the demon dragon emperor was in a worse state. I'm going all out against you. The demon dragon emperor began to burn his vitality. Corrosive energy surged towards Wang Xian. One by one, the dragon scales fell off from its body and charged towards Wang Xian. Below, the members of the four dragon palaces were shocked to see the two divine dragons fighting. Dragon scales and flesh splattered all over the place. Cover the Dragon King with healing arts. Tianjin looked over and ordered all the members of the Dragon Palace with a deep roar. He waved his arm and began to release healing arrays. Heal the Dragon King. The Water Dragon King and the others roared and immediately released their water elemental healing techniques. Streams of healing energy gushed into Wang Xian's body. Even though their levels were much lower than Wang Xian's and the effects were minimal, they were still significant. Oh no, we can't go on like this or father will die. Inside the Tempest Dragon Palace, the Demon Dragon King roared anxiously. He was a little panicked. In this situation, his father might be killed. Once his father was killed, he would be finished. With the power of the Dragon Palace, they would be annihilated sooner or later. Bam! At this moment, he felt a terrifying energy attack him. At this moment, he felt the threat of death. Not good. The Demon Dragon King's eyes instantly turned red. Pu. But before he could react, a terrifying energy pierced through his head, and his life force quickly disappeared. Hee, you didn't expect this, did you? Enlai smiled, and with a wave of his arm, he stored the Demon Dragon King's corpse. Not good. How could this be? How could he enter the Dragon Palace? At this time, a horrified voice came from the side. The leader of the Nether Claw and the Ghost Dragon widened their eyes in horror. How could this be? Currently, the Tempest Dragon Palace was under the complete control of the Devil Dragon King. Even though the Tempest Dragon Palace wasn't as powerful as the Devil Dragon Dark World of the Fire Dragon Palace, it was still difficult for 7 to 8 or even Pinnacle Universe supremacies to enter. Yet, that mysterious existence came in directly and killed their Devil Dragon King. Horrifying. Too horrifying. The group of them felt their scalps go numb. They immediately released their defenses and surrounded themselves, watching their surroundings with vigilance. The hunt has begun. Enlai smiled faintly. In the next moment, his figure disappeared and reappeared in the Dragon Palace of the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon. Soon, another rank 5 universe supremacy was killed. Soon after, in the Fire Dragon Palace. This time, the leader of the Fire Cloud Legion of the Fire Dragon Palace was killed by Enlai. This time, all the members of the 3 Dragon Palaces panicked. Even the Dragon Palace wasn't safe? Where else could they hide? More importantly, the Dragon Cave of the Dragon Palace was their Cosmos God Kingdom. Where could they escape to if the Cosmos God Kingdom was within the Dragon Palace? Ah! Soon, cries of agony rang out within the 3 Dragon Palaces. The Tempest Dragon Palace, Fire Dragon Palace, and Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace were controlled by the Devil Dragon King, the Fire Dragon Lord, and a rank 5 universe supremacy. However, Enlai had already caught them off guard and killed them all. Without a leader in the Dragon Palace, no one could pose a threat to Enlai. What followed was a one-sided massacre. One by one, the universe supremacies died in Enlai's hands. Those below rank 5 could not put up any resistance. While Enlai was hunting, the intense battle between Wang Xian and the Demon Dragon Emperor was still going on outside. The Devil Dragon Emperor was in a frenzied state. With Wang Xian trapping him tightly, it was impossible for him to escape. Moreover, he seemed to have given up on escaping. The Devil Dragon Emperor burned his life force, unleashing a terrifying destructive force as he fought with Wang Xian. As time passed, cracks appeared on Wang Xian's body, and large amounts of blood flowed out. Ha ha ha, if you want to kill me, you'll have to pay a hefty price, a hefty price. I'll burn all my life force. The Devil Dragon Emperor roared in a frenzy. Even if you burn all your life force, I'll only suffer a heavy injury. Wang Xian smiled eerily and continued to fight with him. The Devil Dragon Emperor's final attack was terrifying, but Wang Xian was not afraid. Moreover, with the healing from the Sky Array and the members of the Water Dragon Palace, his injuries were bearable. Even if the Devil Dragon Emperor burned all his life force, he would at most suffer a heavy injury. The Devil Dragon Emperor's frenzied roar resounded. Roar! Wang Xian let out a low roar as well. His eyes were filled with madness. As time passed, the Devil Dragon Emperor's life force decreased bit by bit. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, Dragon King. I won't let you off. Just you wait, I won't let you off. 10 hours later, the Devil Dragon Emperor roared angrily with his last bit of life force. Hee. Wang Xian felt his heavily injured body, and his eyes sparkled. Chapter 3271. Roar. Boom. Boom. The Demon Dragon Emperor let out a final roar above the Water Dragon Palace as his vitality vanished completely. You won't let me off? Wait and see. What do you mean? Are you still confident that you can survive? Wang Xian looked at the corpse of the Demon Dragon Emperor with glistening eyes. He waved his arm and kept the Demon Dragon Emperor's corpse. Ha ha ha, the Dragon King killed the Demon Dragon. We won. We won. The Dragon King is invincible. You even killed a rank 7 Demon Dragon. We won. We won. That's great. Excited voices came from the disciples of the Water Dragon Palace. They were thrilled to see the Dragon King killing the Demon Dragon Emperor. Great victory. Swish, swish, swish. The Sky Array Water Dragon King and the rest immediately came to the sky and looked at Wang Xian with excitement. Dragon King, are you all right? The Water Dragon King asked with concern. I'm fine. It's totally worth it to kill the Demon Dragon Emperor. Wang Xian smiled. Although he was severely injured this time, this injury was nothing compared to the harvest he would reap. However, this battle was indeed the most serious injury Wang Xian had ever suffered. He was almost half dead. If he were to rely on himself to absorb spiritual energy to recover, he would probably need tens of thousands of years. Even if he used divine herbs and elixirs to recover, it would still take a lot. This time, it's all thanks to the Dragon Palace. Without you, the Water Dragon Palace would have been annihilated. In the future, the Water Dragon Palace will be under the command of the Dragon Palace. The Water Dragon King said respectfully. Great. Wang Xian smiled. Dragon King, the 3 guys in the Dragon Palace have been dealt with. At this time, Enlai appeared and reported, bring me into the Demon Dragon Dark World. The Demon Dragon Emperor shouldn't be completely annihilated. Wang Xian nodded his head in satisfaction and said, "Huh, the Demon Dragon Emperor hasn't been annihilated?" Upon hearing Wang Xian's words, the Water Dragon King was shocked. "I'm just guessing that the Demon Dragon Emperor might have some treasure to resurrect himself before he died." Wang Xian guessed. Dark Arden's figure disappeared from the side, but he quickly returned. "Dragon King, let's go." Enlai and Wang Xian disappeared instantly. In the next moment, they entered the Demon Dragon's dark world. Outside, the Heavenly Array Water Dragon King and the others began to clean up the battlefield. "Dragon King, this form of the Dragon Palace is really strange." Enlai and Wang Xian entered the demonic dragon dark world. Looking around, Enlai asked curiously. The Demon Dragon's dark world was somewhat similar, but also completely different. This space was similar to Shaolan's Kuan domain, a separate space. There were also some buildings of the Dragon Palace, such as the Dragon Field and the Power of the Dragon Cave. However, the entrance to the Dark Demon Dragon world was below them. The higher they went, the closer they were to the center of the Dark Demon Dragon world. The demonic dragon bloodline subdued and destroyed the 3 great dragon palaces. There should be a lot of treasures inside. Let's go and check out the deepest part first. Wang Xian transformed into his human form. With a move, the 5 elements grindstone circled around him as he flew towards the sky. Gulp, gulp. At this moment, there was a huge pond behind the Dragon King Hall in the Dark Demon Dragon world. In the center of the pool was an incomparably deep black energy liquid. At this time, bubbles emerged from it, and a young demonic dragon emerged from it. Roar! Damn it! Damn it! Luckily, I have the ancient demon pool, which allows me to revive. Dragon King, just you wait. The young demonic dragon looked hideous as he roared. This demonic dragon was the revived demonic dragon emperor. At this moment, he was extremely weak and only had the aura of a divine king. This time, the demonic dragon emperor had suffered a great loss. If he wanted to return to his peak, he would need at least a few 100 million years, or even more. Indeed, the demonic dragon emperor, you have revived. However, just as the demonic dragon emperor's expression changed drastically and he was thinking about what was going to happen next, a voice suddenly sounded. The demonic dragon emperor's expression changed drastically and his eyes were filled with fear. How did you get in? How did you get in? He quickly looked over and stared at Wang Xian and Enlai. He was on the verge of breaking down as he roared. The demonic dragon dark world was not a place that could be entered at will. Hee. Soul assimilation. Wang Xian ignored the despaired demonic dragon emperor. He waved his arm and performed the soul assimilation. Wang. A large amount of information entered Wang Xian's mind, and he closed his eyes slowly. Time passed slowly, and he slowly opened his eyes. There was a burning look in his eyes. Ancient Demon Pool, the ultimate treasure of the master of the demonic dragon dark world. It is a connate spiritual treasure that can bring a person back to life. It can only be used once. After using it, the ancient demon pool will no longer have any effect on the person, but it will still be effective on others. Wang Xian looked at the ancient demon pool in front of him and murmured according to the memory in his mind. Treasures were divided into acquired and connate. Acquired treasures corresponded to the supremacies of the universe. Acquired treasures were further divided into acquired spiritual treasures and acquired cardinal treasures. Some of the branches on the progenitor tree were classified according to the supremacies of the universe. Because of the existence of the progenitor tree, acquired spiritual treasures could also be upgraded to acquired cardinal treasures. Therefore, it was not divided into acquired and innate treasures, whereas innate treasures corresponded to the universe sovereigns. A connate spiritual treasure could allow a first-order universe sovereign to easily defeat an opponent of the same level without a connate spiritual treasure. Every connate spiritual treasure had a terrifying ability. The ancient demon pool was considered one of the top connate spiritual treasures. Although it was not a combat type, its ability to resurrect was insane. It's a pity that it doesn't have much effect on me. I have the soul returning wood at the sovereign level, so it will be useful for Enlai. Wang Xian thought to himself. If Enlai went far away, he could be resurrected in the ancient demon pool if he died. It was also a great guarantee for his life. Other than the most precious ancient demon pool, there are many other treasures in the demonic dragon dark world. According to the memory in his mind, he moved and immediately flew to the back of the ancient demon pool. That was the treasury of the demonic dragon emperor. Wang Xian opened the treasury and entered. He looked around, and his eyes sparkled. There were 3 acquired cardinal treasures of the metal attribute, 1 acquired cardinal treasure of the wind attribute, and 1 acquired cardinal treasure of the thunder attribute. These were obtained from the crimson gold battle dragon, the wind thunder divine dragon. In addition, there were 2 acquired cardinal treasures of the earth attribute, which the demonic dragon emperor had obtained by accident. According to the memory, there is a very powerful treasure in the deepest part of the treasury. It was left by the master of the demonic dragon dark world. Wang Xian continued to walk deeper into the treasury. There was a huge seal in the depths that sealed the item inside. Traces of white light leaked out. The reason why it was sealed was because it was a treasure of the light attribute. Angel wings, the wings of an angel at the universe sovereign level. Chapter 3272. Terrifying Gains on Wang. When Wang Xian opened the seal, the wings of the Radiance Angel appeared in front of him. The terrifying power of light instinctively rejected the demon dragon's dark world. This was an extremely powerful item that came from a pinnacle race, the angel wings. A terrifying pressure surged towards Wang Xian. Looking at the angel wings, Wang Xian felt extremely pressured. It's indeed a part of the universe ruler's body. Terrifying. Wang Xian clicked his tongue. The demon dragon emperor did not know how to use the angel wings after obtaining it. He was of the dark attribute and rejected the radiance angel wings. He did not dare to use it either. If the angel race found out, they would definitely snatch it away. The angel race was an existence comparable to the divine dragon race. This thing doesn't seem to be of much use to me. Wang Xian shook his head as he looked at it. The angel wings had been specially refined and could no longer absorb dragon blood. Its only use was to create powerful supreme treasures. However, it was not easy to forge treasures. It might take tens of thousands of years to forge an acquired treasure. Useless. The treasures in the demon dragon dark world are indeed powerful and comparable to innate spiritual treasures. However, I can't use them. Wang Xian shook his head. Other than those acquired treasures, the rest were not of much use to him. Moreover, according to his memory, these were the treasures in the demon dragon dark world. The rest were the treasures of the alternative dragons in the demon dragon dark world. That was a terrifying amount of resources. How much can the dragon palace improve this time? Wang Xian's eyes shone and his face was filled with excitement. Over 10,000 corpses of universe supremacies and over 10 million corpses of void god emperors, in addition to the 4 dragon palaces and the dragon caves. Unimaginable. Especially the devouring dragon race. They would probably get a qualitative improvement this time. Wang Xian moved and came to the Dragon King Hall. He placed his palm on the dragon throne and sensed something. This was the control of the demon dragon dark world. The demon dragon emperor was dead. It was easy for him to control the demon dragon dark world. Soon, Wang Xian had some control over the demon dragon dark world. So strong. This demon dragon dark world is stronger than the current dragon palace. I wonder if the devouring dragon can devour it. Wang Xian pursed his lips. The devouring dragon could naturally evolve by devouring the dragon palace, but it probably wouldn't be able to swallow a dragon palace of this level. Just the energy of the dragon palace was enough to kill the devouring dragon. Enlai, go to the other 3 dragon palaces. He ordered Enlai. Very quickly, they appeared in the fire dragon palace. The treasures in the fire dragon palace had already been taken by the devil dragon emperor, so there were no treasures inside. However, there were still quite a number of god grass and god trees in the medicinal garden. In the middle of the fire dragon palace, there was even a universe supremacy level dragon flame tree. When Wang Xian put it away, he was surprised to see the dragon flame tree and the boundless wood gradually fusing together. This increased the might of the boundless wood by a lot. This surprised him greatly. If I have enough powerful blazing god trees, Will I be able to raise the unending wood to the universe ruler realm? Wang Xian exclaimed in surprise. Fire Dragon Palace, Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace, Tempest Thunder Divine Dragon Palace. Wang Xian went over and took control of them one by one. Devil Dragon, Dark World, and Fire Dragon Palace were dragon palaces built by Universe Dominator Divine Dragons. The Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace and Tempest Thunder Divine Dragon Palace were much weaker. This dragon palace should be able to be devoured by the devouring dragon. Whoosh! He moved and flew out of the dragon palace. Brother Wang Xian, these are some treasures that my father and mother asked me to give you. They can heal your injuries. Just as he came to the front of the water dragon palace, Shui Linglong ran over with a smile, holding a large number of water attribute godgrass and god fruits in her hands. There's no need. I've gotten a lot of treasures this time. You can use them for cultivation. Wang Xian shook his head and said with a smile, My father and mother want me to join the dragon palace. Brother Wang Xian, do you agree? Shui Linglong looked at him with flickering eyes and asked with slight anticipation, You want to join the dragon palace? Wang Xian was slightly taken aback. He pursed his lips and thought of the thoughts of the Water Dragon King and the Water Dragon Queen. There were only 3 purebred divine dragons in the Water Dragon Palace, and Shui Linglong was their daughter. Naturally, they wanted to find a purebred divine dragon as a son-in-law. In addition, they wanted to strengthen their ties with the Dragon Palace. That's not a problem. Our Dragon Palace doesn't have a purebred Water Dragon Palace yet. Wang Xian thought for a while and agreed with a smile. That's great. Thank you, Brother Wang Xian. No, thank you, Dragon King. Shui Linglong said excitedly. All right, I still have some things to deal with. You can go and play first. Wang Xian looked at her and smiled. Dragon King. At this time, Tianjun and the rest rushed over excitedly. Dragon King. Our harvest this time is very terrifying. After this upgrade, we can step into the chaotic continent directly. With our strength, it won't be a problem. Wang Xian nodded his head. He turned to Enlai and said, Enlai, bring the Sky Formation 8 Directions Devilish Shah and the rest to the Saintwen clan. Annihilate the Saintwen clan and raid their nest. Yes, Dragon King. Tianjun and the rest nodded. Subsequently, he informed Prime Minister Turtle to send all the treasures here to the Dragon Palace. The great battle gradually came to an end. In the final battle of the Divine Dragon lineage, the Water Dragon Palace and the Dragon Palace defeated the Devil Dragon lineage and the Fire Dragon Palace. 3 major dragon palaces were annihilated. Who would have thought that the Dragon Palace and the Water Dragon Palace would win this battle? I heard that the Devil Dragon lineage and the Fire Dragon Palace were all killed. SSS, I heard that the Dragon Palace is very powerful, especially the Dragon King. In the future, the Dragon Palace will rise completely. With their current strength, they can totally land on the chaotic continent. Now that the Dragon Palace and the Water Dragon Palace have annihilated the Devil Dragon lineage, the Fire Dragon Palace and the Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace, they have absorbed a large amount of resources. I reckon they can get another upgrade. Their strength can be ranked in the Continental Encirclement Starry Sky. The Shangwen clan has also been annihilated by the Dragon Palace. The strength of the Dragon Palace is too terrifying. All the forces in the Continental Encirclement Starry Sky were paying attention to the battle of the Divine Dragon lineage. In particular, those powerful forces who had the power to land on the chaotic continent were also paying attention. After all, the winner of this battle would be their opponent in the future. But when some results came out, it still shocked countless people. In particular, all the universe supremacies of the Devil Dragon lineage, the Fire Dragon Palace, and the Shangwen clan were annihilated. What kind of strength could annihilate all the universe supremacies? Although the forces did not know the specific situation of the battle, they were all shocked. Chapter 3273. Terrifying Gains Below Dragon King. All the resources have been collected. Sky Array Dark Blaze 8 Branches has annihilated the Saintwen clan. Large amounts of Cosmos God nations and treasures have been collected. On the 5th day after the war, Prime Minister Turtle came to the Dragon King Hall to report. How is the handling of the treasures? Wang Xian sat on the dragon throne and asked with a smile, "Dragon King, everything has been placed in the Dragon Palace treasury. The other half of the corpses have been turned into dragon blood and filled the entire dragon transformation pool. Some divine grass and trees have been planted in the medicinal garden. The other few thousand god nations are also around the Dragon Palace." Prime Minister Turtle's face shone with excitement. The gains of the Dragon Palace were too huge. All the treasures of the Devil Dragon lineage, Fire Dragon Palace, Wind Thunder Dragon lineage, and Crimson Gold Battle Dragon lineage had been obtained by the Dragon Palace. Apart from that, all the treasures of the Saint One clan. This was the four great divine dragon lineage, a powerful mid-grade race. Their billions of years of foundation was too huge for the Dragon Palace. Just the cosmos god nations and dragon caves that the Dragon Palace had obtained were enough for 7,000 to 8,000 devouring dragons to reach the universe paragon realm. Moreover, these were not ordinary universe paragons. As for Aosia and the rest who had devoured the Wind Thunder Dragon Palace and Crimson Gold Battle Dragon Palace, Wang Xian did not dare to imagine how much stronger they would become. "I'll go take a look," he said to Prime Minister Turtle, and appeared in the treasury of the Dragon Palace in the next moment. At this moment, there were many treasures piled up in the treasury. There were all sorts of divine weapons, spiritual treasures, and all sorts of powerful offensive equipment. There were also some extremely strange things. There were hundreds of thousands of years' worth of items in the treasury. Every item was at least a 7th-order Void God Emperor. The number of acquired spiritual treasures had reached more than 100. There were even some innate spiritual treasures and acquired spiritual treasures. Wang Xian was full of smiles. In the next moment, he appeared in the medicinal garden of the Dragon Palace. Within the medicinal garden, there were all sorts of divine grass and trees planted. With a glance, there were over 10,000 stalks of universe paragons. Some of the divine grass and trees had matured while others had not. Surrounding the Dragon Palace were the god countries of the universe venerables, each of them exuding a mighty aura. These god countries were created by a universe paragon at a huge cost. Apart from these god nations, there were also 4 enormous dragon palaces. At this moment, millions of devouring dragons were devouring the god nations of the 4 dragon palaces. The number of god nations in the 4 dragon palaces had reached 40 to 50 million, of which there were more than 10 million at the Void God Emperor level. Compared to the number of god nations, the number of devouring dragons was much smaller. This time, Roving Crab was prepared to breed another 1 million devouring dragons. Summon all the disciples of Dragon Palace and start the comprehensive upgrade. Wang Xian returned to the Dragon King Hall and instructed Prime Minister Turtle. "It's Dragon King." Prime Minister Turtle immediately went to give the order. "The resources this time are enough for me to improve again." Wang Xian watched Prime Minister Turtle leave. With a wave of his arm, a large number of treasures appeared in the main hall. The 4 divine dragon lineages had all obtained fortuitous encounters from powerful divine dragons, so they had more treasures than the Saint One clan. The treasures of the 5 powerful mid-level races in the universe were all gathered here. This was enough to enhance Wang Xian's strength. He did not break through immediately. Instead, he gathered all the powerful treasures together. 132 acquired spiritual treasures, 21 acquired cardinal treasures, the innate spiritual treasure ancient demon pool, and the angel wings that were comparable to innate spiritual treasures. When these treasures were gathered together, they gave off a majestic aura. Wang Xian moved his palm, and the 5 elements grindstone appeared in his hand. There's no need to devour the 5 elements grindstone, but the 13 acquired cardinal treasures of the 5 elements can be devoured, Wang Xian murmured as he looked at the ancient demon pool and the angel wings. These 2 treasures were too powerful. It would be best if they could be converted into combat power. I still have 2 avatars of the light and darkness attributes. They have been cultivating in seclusion. After my yin-yang dragon board condensed, it's getting harder and harder to keep up with my strength. Can I use the treasures of the light and darkness attributes to create a substantial yin-yang dragon board? Just like the 5 elements grindstone, I can use the light and darkness avatars as the foundation. Wang Xian guessed. However, the 5 elements grindstone would grow step by step. It would be extremely difficult to merge the ancient demon pool and the angel wings into one. I have the heart of light and darkness. I can give it a try. He thought to himself and put this plan aside for the time being. As he waved his arm, a few corpses appeared beside him. The corpses of the three divine dragons were the Fire Dragon Master, the Devil Dragon King, and the Devil Dragon Emperor. Back then, Wang Xian used the dragon soul of the Sky Sea Dragon King and the dragon bone of the Golden Dragon to give birth to an existence like Aojin. Could he use the corpses of the Fire Dragon Master, the Devil Dragon Emperor, and the Devil Dragon King, and the souls of the members of the Dragon Palace who died in battle to create the Fire Divine Dragon and the Devil Dragon? He thought to himself as he looked at the soul-returning branch on the progenitor tree. The soul-returning branch was densely packed with souls. Although the Dragon Palace had won this battle, it did not mean that there were no casualties. Out of the 4,000 universe venerables who participated, about 500 died. It was not a lot, but it was not little either. There were many rank for universe venerables among them. I can give it a try. As Wang Xian spoke, he moved and brought the souls of the 3 rank 4 universe venerables and the bodies of the Devil Dragon Emperor and the rest into the Dragon Transformation Pool. At this moment, the Dragon Transformation Pool was filled with dragon blood. In the Dragon Transformation Pool, the first batch of 500,000 Dragon Palace disciples were absorbing the dragon blood rapidly. Wang Xian waved his arm and threw the corpses of the Devil Dragon Emperor, Devil Dragon King, and Fire Dragon Master into the Dragon Transformation Pool. At the same time, he threw the 3 souls in. He used the power of the Dragon Transformation Pool to heal the 3 divine dragon corpses and fuse the souls with them completely. It should work, Wang Xian said. At least according to his estimation, the success rate was 80%. Prime Minister Turtle, keep an eye on it. Wang Xian told Prime Minister Turtle to keep an eye on the situation. Then he moved and returned to the Dragon Palace. It's time to upgrade. Looking at the large number of treasures in front of him, as well as the various divine elixirs and mature divine fruits in his mother nest, he smiled. After this upgrade, he would have the combat power of a rank 8 universe venerable. With such strength, he would be invincible in the surrounding starry sky. Only an advanced race in the universe would have such experts. After the upgrade, the Dragon Palace would also have the strength of an advanced race in the universe. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.